get in that single view mode. All right. Sweet. Okay. Getting there. Live stream. I think we're good. Just waiting for the video to come through the feed. All right. We're here. What is up, everyone? Thanks for tuning in to another Monday night open mic. It is the Stay at Home open mic presented by Barbed Wire Open Mic Series. My name is Richie Marufo, and I'm your MC and host. I'm the project director of BWOMS. And as always, for over a whole year, we've been gathering on Mondays to just get together, share a little bit of our art, our hearts, our writing, and celebrate that. And so, as always, we have a list of over 20 performers signed up from El Paso, Texas, and beyond, from all over the world. I mention El Paso because that is where we are based out of, here in the U.S. Southwest, right on the U.S.-Mexico border. But because of the beauty of the digital internet age, we can connect with all sorts of people, including through the YouTube live stream. So I do want to give a shout out to, if you guys are like you right now watching, you viewer, you are invaluable, you are amazing. We could just do this on our own, and that's great too. But to have support from listeners and viewers like you, this is my PBS segment part, right? Let us know if you're in the live chat right now. Like, I already see Andres is there. What's up, man? You beat us before we started, actually. But if you're just tuning in at some point, like, please, just one way you can help out is just follow people. Like, they're gonna share where you can follow their work, or buy their content, or go see them in a show they're featured in. Follow their Instagram, see what they're up to. Everyone's working on great things, and that's what we want to celebrate, the creative community. Also, if there's like a line that you really like, that strikes you a particular way, that makes you feel something, makes you happy, maybe break something open in a good way, in a bad way, like let us know in the comments. I know that's like the cliche YouTube thing to say, but it does help. It's feedback. Any feedback helps from audience members. And since this isn't in front of a live crowd, that's one of the best things we can do. Anyway, I'm going to shut up. We do have over 20 people. I'm going to introduce them, have them perform, and then say a little bit about themselves, how they can connect, how you can connect with them. And definitely please do so. Yeah, let's do this. So I'm going to look at the list. And as per tradition, even though she's joining us from a very different time zone, she's usually joining us from New York this week, and this week only for now. Joining us from Seattle, we have Deadpan Lizzie. I'm going to go ahead and DJ, turn down that music. Guys, let's go and welcome our first performer. Let's go and hear it for Deadpan Lizzie.
Thank you so much. I love the music. I always love the music you choose, and it's great to be back. I am currently in Seattle just on vacation, but I'll be back in my home of NYC on Thursday, and I'm very excited to be heading home. I'm going to mute my phone for a minute, excuse me. I am going to read two pieces. The first piece I'm going to read, I actually wrote for the Lyric and Poets Cafe prompt last week that I missed for the prompt Naked, and it's called Naked and Unafraid. Exposing myself completely. Cellulite, stretch marks, abs, and curves. Is there anything sexier than abs and curves? I love my body. I love being naked. I am most comfortable when I'm revealing my whole self. I work hard on my body, healthfully. I love standing in front of my 2 Manhattan living room windows, completely naked, very unafraid, confidently exposing all of myself. Hotness is a spectrum. Sexiness is a spectrum. And I am a part of it, as all are you. And the last piece I'm going to read is called Have I Made Myself Clear? I wish I could refine others' language, rinse their mouths out with grammar eye-opening soap, washing out the language. I don't care if someone is fill in the blank, out of their wide open traps, cleansing it with, I see them as fill in the blank, and they are my equal. I wish words like jargon and became tasted like vinegar to them, though there are many who love the taste of vinegar tingling their taste buds. That words and phrases like equal, valued, discovered, I'm willing to work on my language, should be lingering on their tongues and lips like their favorite dish, making them salivate all day and night. Maybe the turkey in the oven that is done, not finished, is the dish for them. Some say I'm the grammar police. Okay. Is it so wrong? I want people to educate themselves, work on themselves, hone in on their surroundings and listening skills. Not in my opinion. Thank you.
Also, she caught me mid sip with that ending. I was like, hold on, find a place for my mug. Awesome, yo, thanks for sharing those. I just saw that Title IX is available to be heard online. Tell us about that.
It is. Thank you so much. My first audio drama had a world premiere yesterday. It's called Title IX. It is about the right for anyone to be able to play a sport as a minor and collegiately. And it is a play about wrestling and politics. And it premiered yesterday, produced by the Eclectic Full Contact Theater in Chicago. It is, so thank you, Eclectic. It is available until August 11th, anywhere you can listen to a podcast. So Spotify, Apple, Google, wherever you like to listen to a podcast, you can find it. I will drop my link tree in the chat that has all that information. And you can also find me on Instagram, my little thing, ES_Strauss. I brought it with me to Seattle. I came prepared. And yeah, so follow me on Instagram, ES_Strauss, where my link tree also is. And I hope you enjoy the audio drama. And thank you for letting me share my poetry, my art, as always. I've missed you all so much.
Awesome, yo, thank you, and most definitely enjoy the rest of your time in Seattle. We'll see you when you're back home. And yeah, check out Title IX, guys. I gotta get better at my link game and put that on YouTube. I'll find it right now. If you put it in the chat, and I'll transfer it over to the YouTube channel. Yeah, to go with the midnight route. Put it in the chat. That's what everyone says, right? But that's awesome. Anywhere podcasts are found, I'm gonna open up my MySpace podcast app and thing. All right, so we're gonna keep it going. Just me stalling. Right now, we're gonna go ahead and the list is gonna be jumping around. Next up, we have Mike Sindler joining us from Denver. So we're kind of starting like West Coast tonight, moving forward, and of course Denver. So
Hey.
Mike, hey man, happy Monday. What's going on?
It's moving eastward.
Yeah.
I'm all good. I'll just go ahead and front load as always. Want to call out lighthousewriters.org. So much good stuff going on there. Can't recommend highly enough. All kinds of classes and events and things. Writing in Color is going to be on Friday, which is really cool. Yeah, they just did a really special little thing for Indigenous writers last week. That was amazing. I didn't take part, obviously, but I'm going to start out with something that's sort of a memoir piece. This is Prasad for Puja. Prasad for Puja, sticky sweets to set at the feet of Ganesha. Round balls of dates, coconut, crushed pistachio, honey and rose water, rolled and timed mantras laid in concentric circles on silver serving plate, decorated with mint sprigs and marigolds, carried into temple, laid before the altar for assembled deities and gurus to partake in through prayer and pure spirit. Chants and bhajans, waving camphor lamp flame, kindled exhilaration and prostration, the gods having had their fill, tray lifted, circumnabulation, boon born around sacred space, devotee to devotee, each proffered gift placed in palm, lifted to lips, gently bitten, soft, sweet treat, joy travels from tongue to anahata chakra, heart opens to love, resting in bliss, lower limbs in lotus, coconut strands stick between teeth, temperate tranquility, rose water aroma overcoming ambient incense, last bow to altar, rise in reverence, milling and moving towards exit, silent solidarity of spirits sliding off to sleep and dream until morning satsang. And This one I'm sort of surprised I never done here before, but according to my notes, I've not. It's called Arya, and the epigraph. I'm talking to the part of you that never speaks. Laurie Anderson. Every object on this planet speaks to us, reflecting back vibrations from each sound they encounter. Embedded in the rustling and flickering are songs and voices, great rumblings and whispers, caught but not collected, each moment's movement a new exposition. Even the crumpled bag of chips, its surface quivering like a pond's skin, repeats the stories with a plastic tongue. Deeper yet, all aspects of being, every subatomic particle, rings and hums together, the true harmony through which the universe speaks to itself, to us, and to all else, leaving no doubt as to our oneness. What cannot be heard can be felt in silence. The finger hovering over the plucked string, tickled by rhythmic radiation. Every atom is ear and tongue, scribe and subscriber. Every substance dancing to cycling series of rising, interconnected, incremental tones, blasting from the black mouth of the Big Bang. All notes and sounds, every chanted word and thought, an echo of primordial exhalation. Every nerve and tissue, every growing cell, every crystalline formation speaks to all, listens to all, sings an open-ended aria of unity. And surprisingly enough, I forgot to put on the hat last week, but I'm going to make up for that. Today is the birthday of one of the great poets of all time, certainly one of the great poets of the 20th century, Pablo Neruda. And so I'm going to do this one called Love for This Book. In these lonely regions, I have been powerful in the same way as a cheerful tool, or like untrammeled grass which lets loose its seed, or like a dog rolling around in the dew. Matilda, time will pass wearing out and burning another skin, other fingernails, other eyes, and then the algae that lashed our wild rocks, the waves that unceasingly construct their own whiteness. All will be firm without us. All will be ready for the new days which will not know our destiny. What do we leave here but the lost cry of the seabird, in the sand of winter, in the gusts of wind that cut our faces and kept us erect in the light of purity, as in the heart of an illustrious star? What do we leave, living like a nest of surly birds, alive among the thickets, or static perched on the frigid cliffs? So then, if living was nothing more than anticipating the earth, the soil and its harshness, deliver me, my love, from not doing my duty, and help me return to my place beneath the hungry earth. We ask the ocean for its rose, its open star, its bitter contact, and to the overburdened, to the fellow human being, to the wounded, we gave the freedom gathered in the wind. It's late now. Perhaps it was only a long day, the color of honey and blue. Perhaps only a night, like the eyelid of a grave look that encompassed the measure of the sea that surrounded us. And in this territory, we found only a kiss, only ungraspable love that will remain here, wandering among the sea foam and roots. Happy birthday, Pablo Neruda, up there in the stars. Thank y'all very much.
Awesome. Thank you, man. Always enjoy a good Neruda poem and reading. Thank you, Mike. Cool stuff. Yeah, if you haven't read any of his work, definitely I think someone to definitely dig into if you like poetry, if you're interested in more of it, check out a lot of his work. All right, cool. What is up, you two? Once again, welcome to Stay at Home Open Mic. I think we got more people with us now, so we're happy to be here, and I'm excited to bring up the list is a little bit more interesting today. Like, so if you've been checking these out from week to week, I'm gonna call someone up who you rarely ever see this early, and I'm here for it. I'm excited. Guys, let's go ahead and bring up one of Barbed Wire's MVPs, legendary. What do I say? BWOMS legends. Let's go and welcome Kit to the microphone. What's up, man? Good to have you. You're on, man. It's not that you got time. All right, man. Take it away.
What's up? What is up? Yes, you've never seen me this early, or with coffee in my hand instead of something else. But let's dispense with all of that and get to it. The zoning committee has been working around the clock, availing themselves of even the extra 37 minutes. The issue is a silly one, but one with billions of dollars staked on it regardless. Owing to the nature of Mars-reduced gravity, how far away from residential neighborhoods must the proposed stadium for the expansion franchise Mars City Rovers be built in order to prevent unusual amounts of property damage from flying baseballs? The meetings have been contentious, detail-oriented, inscrutable, and unproductive. At this point, not even a generation on in the young history of Mars City, the pioneer's dream of leaving Earth's problems on Earth seems tragically naive, like a virus praying earnestly for the next host to be tougher. And a more recent one. I thank God for the prose poem. I thank God for a backdoor into the heritage of poetry. The prose poem is a scholarship program for the musically indifferent, rhythmically challenged, formally indolent. I am equally thankful for its identical cousin, flash fiction. I switch which one I mean based on who I'm talking to, glad-handing, like a city councilor. I don't have to babysit characters to an end like a hair-rigged novelist. I owe them nothing. I introduce them and move on like the host of a huge party. I forage without taking a plate. I rhyme only when I feel like it. I drink and the wine becomes blood in my stomach. I trip and the trip becomes a metaphor. I accidentally cut my poem and the bandage thanks me for my honesty and vulnerability. Everyone in the ballroom is dancing with a different scrap of clothing they all take to be me. They can't all be right, but they're dancing. Nobody can fact check a dancer. And to close out with the cover poem, or as Mike calls them, the hat poem, but with me, all of them are hat poems. So, I chose A Song on the End of the World by Czesław Miłosz. I think I have that right. I don't know. I'm in a Polish mood lately. But A Song on the End of the World by Czesław Miłosz. On the day the world ends, a bee circles a clover. A fisherman mends a glimmering net. Happy porpoises jump in the sea. By the rainspout, young sparrows are playing, and the snake is gold-skinned, as it should always be. On the day the world ends, women walk through the fields under their umbrellas. A drunkard grows sleepy at the edge of a lawn. Vegetable peddlers shout in the street, and a yellow-sailed boat comes nearer the island. The voice of a violin laughs in the air and leads into a starry night. And those who expected lightning and thunder are disappointed. And those who expected signs and archangels' trumps do not believe it is happening now. As long as the sun and the moon are above, as long as the bumblebee visits a rose, as long as rosy infants are born, no one believes it is happening now. Only a white-haired old man who would be a prophet, yet is not a prophet, for he's much too busy, repeats while he binds his tomatoes, there will be no other end of the world. There will be no other end of the world.
Yeah, just like that. You know the signal that is the end of the Sad Mr. Monday night. Tell us where our awesome people. By the way, shout out to EPCC Dance that is tuning in and was there to hear your awesome final line in that second piece.
That is a good last line.
How can we follow you, man? People are just hearing you and tuning in for the first time and finding you.
Well, if you're here for the first time, hey, man, where you been? This is the greatest thing going, man. Well, you came to party late, but I'm glad you came. Instagram at Kit Runaway. Twitter at Kit Talks Sports, which is mostly about sports, but there's an increasing percentage of weird shit posts about the old Gumby cartoons. Don't worry about it. Facebook, I'm pretty easy to find. I got a Goodreads, also presumably easy to find. I'm going to print out a new paper next week. I actually will this time. And I'll be hearing the timestamps later in the week, so y'all can find yourselves and tell your friends. Thanks again, Richie, as always.
Of course, man. Thank you. Let's get yeah, dude. Thank you so much for always your contribution. One of the reasons I mentioned MVP, and you just heard the mention right now that we do have an archive of all these past shows, pretty much every single one of them, with the rare exception of the very, very, very rare first episode that we didn't do a live stream. We just hung out, we tried it out, and but a full-on whole year later, we have all the episodes out on YouTube, and at some point, Kit started adding timestamps, which makes those invaluable because you can just go back and see certain performances. This is especially great if you have performed at these yourself. You can mark these down as performances, public performances, especially if you're doing like something like a curriculum vitae. No, maybe not one of those, like a resume of some sort, performance resume. But check that out. YouTube, our open mic series. If you guys have, you're here, right? Checking it out. Okay, so let's see. Next up we have, like I said, it's gonna be a little topsy-turvy. You got little things turned around today. We're gonna go to Washington, D.C. All right, we're continuing that transition because Kit's joining us from El Paso, but we're going to go to Washington, D.C., where our good friend Mr. Ed Poetastic is ready to. I hope he's ready. I hope he got the warning. Ed, are you here with us, man?
Yeah, I'm here, and I'm can't wait to get in gear.
Cool, man. Great to have you, man. Go ahead and take it away, dude. Stage is yours.
Sure, no problem. We love you, Richie. Love you very much. Your poetastic mood always pack a poetastic punch. My brother, thank you so much. So hello everyone, my name is Ed Poetastic. Hope everyone feeling fantastic. Hope you enjoy my ride. So please give me time so you can all feel sublime. All right, let's do this. Okay. I want to read this Neo, but I'm reading right now. This is called Superpower Zero. I want super strength. I want to pack a punch, but I don't want my bones turned to dust. I want to read minds. I want minds all minds are my dish, but some ideas can make me sick. I want to run really fast. I want to be there in the flash, but it's going to really hurt when I crash. I want a magical ring. I want it to shape to my will, but without it, my life is sealed. I want to be Spider-Man. I want to swing through buildings, but empty web shooters, I'll crash through ceilings. I want to be a super soldier. I want to be a hero to all, but who will be there when I fall? I want to be Cyclops. I want lasers from my eyes, but nobody will be around when I cry. I want to be Magneto. I want to control iron and steel, but I won't have spoons, knives, and forks for my meals. I want to be angel. I want to fly away, but I'll be on call when all planes suffer delays. I want to be stretched. I want to stretch really long. I want big feet and hands, but I will quickly sink into quicksand. I want to be like Wolverine. I want unbreakable claws, but I will be more scared than the shark on Jaws. I want to be Hulk. I want my rays to be my power, but my loved ones will cry and cower. I want to control time. I want to go forward and back, but I will screw up everything in chaotic facts. I want to turn invisible. People won't see me, but I'll be on it. I'll be an easy target for cars, trucks, and bumblebees. I want all powers. I want all powers in the world, but keep up with so much power is going to make me hurl. I don't want powers. I just want to be me. I want to be feel at ease and be happily free. Thank you. All right, let's do this. Oh, I got 2 more. Thank you. You guys are poetry and poem. Incredible. I love you guys. You guys are the glimmer in my eyes. All right, let's do this. This is called Freedom's Call. Let freedom ring. Break out those chains. You have to live that way. Don't let it seep inside your brain. Don't just say okay, then obey. Don't suck up the heavy rain. Don't let your hope burn and decay. Don't get enveloped by your pain. Don't think it's just gray, gray, and gray. Don't believe your life is down the drain. Don't just hope, stop, and pray. Don't just think your hollow remains. Don't wish for death to carry you away. Don't just do and robotically explain. Don't just be a tool on full display. Don't just be another title in this domain. Don't just be the victim or the prey. Don't just keep sniffing that melancholy cocaine. Don't just say, hey, 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 then stay. Don't just cry, then scream and complain. Don't just wear those anchors like deodorant spray. Don't just believe this is your immoral campaign. Don't just be a vast empty blank tray. Don't just drive in your same old lane. Don't just think it's about pay and repay, then replay. Don't just think you're just iron in your veins. Don't be rooted, but live life is like it's your birthday. Woo, I got 1 more. Actually, there was a prop. But I love to rhyme. I can't never stop. All right. This is called Golden Homage. I breathe your essence. Please don't fly away. The memories I reminisce. We play, play, and play. Lost in daily adolescence. Chipping the boring days. Your soul is my luminescence. Now you go your own way. Our time was so precious. The fun never delay. I still feel your unique presence. Memories wishing I could replay. You were so lively and pleasant. We did few mistakes in disarrays. I still treasure our random sessions. I'm here to live and shine your golden ray. I'm alive to rejoice and spread your message. Thank you.
Yeah, Ed, what's up, man? Awesome. Always coming through where we hear and ponder and pontificate and proliferate the particular possibility that perhaps Ed will be poetastic, and of course you always are. Appreciate it,
you
man.
make me feel fantastic and so majestic.
So, you kind of already got the shout out in the chat, but tell us about this podcast, The Loser King, that you did with Vocabulary.
Oh, it's fun. Me and Miss Unicorn. Oh, I mean Miss Finn Bell. It was so much fun. I mean, oh my goodness, I love it. Please come. It's only 5 minutes. It's the window to my soul. If you listen to it, it makes you shine like gold. So please.
It truly does. It's 5 minutes worth of just. I love you, Eddie.
It's wonderful.
You're just wonderful.
I love you too.
That is greatness. There you go. That sounds golden, man. As always, Ed, thank you for joining us today. It's been a while since you've been on this early too, I believe.
Yeah, it has. I've just been. But now I'm awake.
Wake you up. Hey, Ed, wake up, man. It's your turn. So check it out. Once again, welcome Stay at Home Open Mic every Monday night. A lot of us call it the late show because, we go on kind of late compared to some of the other mics. But we're here. We got a lot of people signed up. We might have some spaces open. So we're just going to try and make our way through the night. People come through, share 2 to 3 poems, 5 to 7 minutes, anywhere around that range. It's more casual. Like I said, it is a support space where we want to just celebrate everyone's someone's words, the work that they've been working on, something they want to dust off, something that they want to show off to the world for the first time, or they're still trying to spread its legs, spread its wings out of an artistic piece. So check it out. We're going to go ahead, and you already heard the name and you already heard her. We're going to go to San Francisco and bring up another person who I'm happy to bring up a little earlier than usual this time. We have Finn Bell in the house. What is up? Welcome back to the show. Hi.
Thank you. I think it was because of the little snafu with the the sign up where I was actually able to get on early this time around. So yay me, because I'm like Eddie. I get really sleepy towards like the end. I try to pay attention, but I get sleepy. So yeah, if you guys haven't watched listen to Eddie's episode, please do. And I'm going to give you a little teaser. Come this Tuesday for the new episode. It is Miss Denise Signs. Oh my God. I listened to it and I almost lost my shit. I was actually in the bathroom listening to it. So yeah, it involved like pee and shit and stuff like that. Too much info, but oh, also on Saturday, this coming Saturday, I will be co-featuring, double featuring with Unmesh Mohitkar at The Word Is Right. So please go and watch that because it's going to be awesome. Okay, so I premiered this past Saturday at Monica Martinez's Art of Seduction open mic. So I'm going to read this again. No title yet. Its tentative title is Morning Trek, Evening Stroll. I have yet to open my eyes this morning, but the way you look when you smile creeps behind my lids. It hits a little like my own smile, where the corners of your mouth is lifted by the invisible strings of mirth, which seem to tap the lever that arches your opposite eyebrow. Half amusement, half cocksure. I sit up. I open my eyes, still thinking of how you smirk. It annoys me just a little, but baby, that just excites me even more. I know exactly where I want you to place those infuriatingly beautiful lips. A ghost of the sensation, when I envision you doing so, presses upon me right there, and my womb twitches. Wipe that grin off your face. I want you to stop teasing me and come over here. I unfurl the hidden vista, the fragrant jasmine-heavy landscape of my body. The generous, strong curves of my thighs and calves become two curved golden peaks, almost divine proportion by design. My valley is bountiful, the veiled passageway lush and starlit dark. It winks its invitation. Do you delve in eager to begin exploring? Do you feel the hills close in around your head, feel my secrets grip your face, and pull you in as you draw closer to what you seek? Come this evening, my eyelids droop for a moment and shudder my decadent thoughts. When I open them, they rove the overcrowded room, famished yet restrained, until they meet and connect with yours. I smile only once. It is the quarter moon twin of your own morning gaiety reflected to you in reverse. Do you see my own lips, painted in the very shade of how I desire you, the very dark crimson of arousal to which only your gaze is privy? Do you too now imagine, now in anticipation, throw open the gates of your own lanky legs wider, form rugged girders with your limbs, musculature for the grace of my yielding arms and breast to recline upon? My hands become suspension. They become silken cables. Or are they now tendrils and vines seeking the parts of you that spire and pulsate and reach out for me? My palms do not span too great an expanse because already you fill the gaps between my steepled fingers with your longing. If my hands are now the church and my fingers nimble hallowed steeples, would the descent of my mouth be visitation and sainted ecstasy as I receive all of you onto my waiting tongue like communion? Oh, my goddess, yes. Amen.
I was trying to unmute. Amazing. Thank you, Finn Bell. Everyone make some noise. Clap it up. Visually, verbally, all that stuff. Give that nonverbal feedback, all those claps, the hearts, all that stuff. Yeah. And you have recordings of yourself reading too on your podcast, right? I believe I've heard some good ones on
I
there.
do. And actually, I am the soft opener for this season. So I had a teensy weensy little horror light thing called Coffee Date that preceded Eddie's thing. So if you guys happen to see that, it's like hiding. It had no, no hoopla to it. It's there right before Eddie's. It's like a little Easter egg. You're muted, Richie.
Yes, I know. My I need to change the batteries on my mouse. Anyway, thank you for. I know you did like a lot of plugs. Anything else before we move on? Like Fincabulary, Fincabulary Presents. I want to make sure we get all the areas there.
I think that's about it. I'm included in 2 anthologies, which is Sinew, that's out with Poetry in the Brew, and then the Bronx Project Memoir, Volume 5. They're both out, or you could pre-order them. And I will put that in the chat. It's in my link tree. Yeah,
yes,
everything's in my link tree. Thank you, Damo.
Perfect. Yeah, no, the link tree is like legit. Like I use it for everything, and if you're doing this kind of work and putting a lot of content out there, it just helps so much. Just have like one place. So yeah, definitely link that up. I'll share it also on the YouTube chat. But as always, I'm glad that you're here, and yeah, you didn't have to wait as long. Hey, BWOMS, stay at home open mic. We're at home. We're chilling. We're having a good time. Thank you so much for coming back. All right. Let's see. Looking at the list. Where's the list? Okay, we're jumping around also the country. So like we just went from the Bay Area all the way back to the East Coast to the Meadowlands, where we have one of the most dynamic hosts that I've got to see online. I really love the shows that he does, and of course, always his poems. Guys, let's go and welcome Nick Paleologos to the stage. Mr. Nick P at the place to be. It's the real Nick P. What's up, man?
Hey, Richie, thank you so much for this. I love that intro right there. Now I gotta definitely bring it now. I know I bring it, but I gotta really bring it now. Woo! Thank you so much, Richie. It's a pleasure to be back here at BWOMS. My name, the real Nick P, it's right there in the little word right there. You can see right there for all you viewing on YouTube. There, you can follow me on IG. So I'm gonna give. We'll see how I feel about giving 3. I'll give 2 for now. This first one's actually inspired by one of your own. Lee MS wrote a poem that made me want to write about this. So this was the poem that I wrote. It's called Reducing Flames into Structures to Find the Truth. History has a great way of burying the whole story. History is written by those who control the weapons, pens, not by the losers. These structures were built with blood, drenched with children's dreams, and many indigenous individuals who were killed, whose screams are drowned out by sermons, whose words were replaced with hymns. Do you hear the hummingbirds in the hall? That's just from the dead. Do you hear them across the rosary beads clinging to hope, instilled by frauds, inflicting pain against the nuns with perverted actions, aiming to kill their spirits? They have disavowed the oaths that they swore to. These schools were built on the bones of broken souls to convert them, initiate them into a different corpse. 713 unmarked graves have been discovered so far. There is no blood for blood debt to be paid that can't undo the deeds that can revive the dead. We watch the world burn as the kindling is added. With each steep taken, flames burn these structures down. The oil added from refineries, infantries of men to desecrate a sacred land, a once sacred land. History said Martin Luther nailed his 95 Theses to All Saints Church in Wittenberg. Gonna take more than reparation. This is only the tip of the iceberg, as these structures still operate as machines do. repent. The end of days are coming. History said they were right. The end of innocence is upon us. The truth of all matter comes from the forefront, and no ice age or deadly disaster can ever conceal these deadly deeds anymore. So don't cover the crimes in cloaks, but dyed with brimstone. This is your true story. Graves lie in it. You're already dead to me. Okay, we're not gonna do heavy. We're gonna lighten up a little bit. So this one I did at the New Year. This one is called I Want All the Powers, Genie. Thank you very much. What kind of superpower you want, Nick? How about flight? That's boring to a degree. I can fly with other powers. Pyrokinesis morphs my hands or my feet so I can fly. Plus I get fire powers where I can burn and raise out of ashes. But I'll just be hot all the time. Or maybe electrical powers. I can static shock a new gear, grinding wires like a Tony Hawk. Birdman, Hawkman, Hawkgirl, squawk, squawk. I'll spread my wings. Made of plastic and paper. I'll fly on like the falcon through a winter like a soldier bucking on through the snowstorm like I'm barn burning hell. Those wings would be too much maintenance though. What about shapeshifting? I could be Beast Boy. I mean, my favorite color is green. His shoes are sweeter than anything I own. I could even become a bear, a wolf, or even a pterodactyl. But that'll get boring after a while. What about mind powers? I could fly by using my mind. I mean, psionics, telepathy, extrasensory. It's like I'm Professor X shopping at the superhero dispensary as I build super into this man while I'm stuck with the mental pains of that. How about powers like Venom? Symbiosis is cool. I'd have another friend. Plus, I'm sure my new friend can help me fly away. But they would probably eat garbage and make my belly hurt with all that in. How about Solomon Grundy? I'll resurrect on a Monday, just in time for this open mic, so I can continue this cult. So I can keep saying one of us, one of us. But I die on each Saturday. Or I could take the helm and getting guidance from Naboo, call Dr. Kent Nelson to fix my fate. Or what about that strange Dr. Stephen, I believe his name was, that has that time stone commanding magic that's beyond my sleight of hand to take down a difference. How about I become a god? Dark side with omega beams, whose truest presence is more than looks that kill. You know what? I got it. I'll have the power of absorption. I'll absorb every power I can, collecting them like infinity stones. So with the snap of my fingers, thinking more genius than what Thanos was thinking, I can exterminate hatred. So I will become the ultimate superhero. This community needs me to be. And I'll do this one. It's a bit erotic. So why not? This is my last one. This one doesn't have a title. I want scars from someone else. I want someone to claw my back down like a tiger, kneading down my back, making my back into bread, biting me to consume. I want my scars from someone else. Someone to take my love and twist it like a pretzel. Turn my body into rubber like tires tuning to acceleration. Chris dimensions. And uncover new ways to get to the sexy. I want scars from someone else because for too long I've hung around an alley of awful atrociousness. I want scars of a lover. You digress. It's the dirty, nasty, done, smelling like sex and candy. Wait, no. It smells like money instead. This could cost us. We are unprotected when we strip ourselves out of figures that no condom, no contraception could block us. As we skate on thin ice, dancing the tunes out, as we are trying to meddle with the gold, we are stuck in sapphire skies, drowning in emerald empathies, lost in an amber energy. Catch our breath as these gems drain our life from us, massaging us. Sleep. Come, stares across us, giving me a scar. I can look at.
Man, Nick, yes, you did. You did absolutely come through. It was never even in question, man. Make some noise for Nick P. Man, there's something about today. Like you do it, you do it all the time, but you were very pronounced in your dynamics. Like your soft got soft, and your swelled, and they swayed. I loved it. I loved it, man.
I was like swaying back and forth a little bit, like I saw Finn doing that. I'm like, I'm swaying back and forth and everything. It's like I'm learning how to like control my voice and try to like fix my levels and everything like that. So, it was like, it's interesting. So I'm just gonna keep getting better and better,
Yeah.
Definitely. Thank you so much, Richie. Y'all can follow me at The Real Nick P on IG. It's right there in the name right there. The Real Nick P. My next open mic is not until July 21st. That is the following Wednesday, and it starts at 9:15 Eastern Standard Time. To sign up, just come into the room, and you put your name on the list, and we'll get you in and everything, So whoever wants to come through, come through.
Hell yeah, awesome, man. Thank you so much. Oh, I loved it. I love it. You guys are bringing it. I like how you were like, yeah, this next one a little like erotic-y, or how do you say it?
Yeah, it was a little erotic-y.
Awesome. All right, damn, the 21st. I'm still trying to make one. I have another event on the 21st. One of these days, I'm gonna have to like cancel an event. We're doing another jazz and poetry night, which is a lot of fun. But I definitely like hanging out too at your open mics. All right, but we'll promote it for sure. All right, so check it out. We're gonna go from the Meadowlands, New Jersey to Green Bay. That's right. Making his triumphant return. I always like a return. We have Nathaniel Beck. What is up, man? Welcome back to the show. Great having you here.
Hey, thank you so much for having me. I'm so stoked to be here tonight with all of you wonderful poets. And to follow up Nick P, like, yo. So I got 3 pieces for you guys tonight, if that's cool. One I did at the Nuyo tonight. It's a new piece. So I will start with that, and then we'll go into it. So it is 4:42, and the sun has yet to tie itself into knotted storms. I am still dry, or as dry as a cloud dancer can be, and this is a small blessing I make of my bed, the floor, the ground, or all that I am still above. Some heroes don't need to fly as much as they need to exist. And today is my superpower, wrapped in a blanket chest shield of tired armor, and my clothes are still the size of wearing, and my shoes are still being worn into this great goodbye. But what hero does not mask themselves on occasion? Spandex, smile, face, and all. How I stretch into this new day of comic fresh pages. But sometimes the storyline can feel so boxed in, leaving between episodes and issues. I wear this identity of costumes well, this tight thrashing of thoughts and cloaking invisibility of faces. What cape has not been pulled enough to be worn forever? But if this morning was not something worth putting on and defending, what is? Even when I do not sleep, some days I am grateful for the mornings I keep waking. Being here, this moment, battered body of a hopeless romantic for loving the sun. This is the battle I keep waging, power stripped, drunk of thought, but I keep fighting, even when I am my own worst enemy. Born of 1,000 nervous hellos, greeting a prismatic morning of shadows, still trembling and yet still so alive, fighting like this city of self needs me today. Thank you. I'm not sure how this is going to go because I've only ever done this actually like live, and this most recent version of this is actually like what I wrote, but then one of my good friends helped me perform because it works better as two people. So this is Dr. Jackal and Mr. Hyde. When I was 8, I performed my first science experiment. I watched Coca-Cola strip the rust from nails. Later, when I was 15, I watched rum and Coke strip my name from my body the first time. The science experiment had gone wrong. I wanted to be stronger, so I drank pure power. These beakers emptied to cleanse my body of weakness, to overcome the people that controlled me. I wanted to be free, so I drank away my feelings. I wanted to drown out my childhood like a failed experiment, till I created another person, till I became another person. With every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. What I consumed me. Till at the end of the bottle, there was nothing. You mad scientist, mixing drinks like potions, broken remains of a laboratory I can no longer sleep in. I was Dr. Jackal, and then Mr. Hyde. And I was suave and funny. I knew just the right things to say. I could bend steel and punch through walls without feeling a thing. I was brave. I would jog naked through the streets some nights. I was perfection in a bottle. It is never the change that hurts the most. It is when the magic wears off, when the blood no longer boils. A hangover is just the body's way of saying you aren't welcome here anymore. I was the reason I can no longer remember the summer of 2010. I was the reason I lost my license. I was the reason I lost my friends. I was the reason I wear a beard to cover the marks I left on my body. Reality is the nightmare you can't wake up from. Like when I woke. Clothes shredded, blood bathed on a street I had been walking to or from somewhere. I can't remember. I wasn't the one walking. I can't remember. I wasn't alone. I can't remember who I was supposed to be. An equal exchange. For every action, a reaction. For every name, a new name. Call me an alchemist. No, call me an alcoholic. I threw away the vials, confronted myself until Hyde was almost forgotten, until Jackal was Hyde enough for two. Thank you. And then, if it's all right, I'm gonna read one last poem. And this is from my book, which you can't see because it's like blurry. But Atrophy of the Boy Who Became a Wishing Well. It is available by 3 Mile Harbor Press. And I can post about that there. And I appreciate you all tonight. I can't find it. This is titled Testimony of the Sun. In the summer of '98, we ravaged the apple trees for all that they had, broke the skin red and juice of our mouth full, sour, crushed and rotten stems hard as wood. We stumbled down Midway Avenue, scuffing up our knees more than our shoes, made a blood pact in more ways than one, juggled firecrackers till our hands burned and our lungs caught enough smoke we named it nicotine. For 6 days, we stayed up all night, devoured enough of the dark we claimed we were vampires, lived in the basement and became the same monsters that called us into the cobwebs. Once, when the lights flickered and we told ghost stories about our childhood, we licked our lips cleaning bones from the soil. I still don't remember where we placed the daggers we dug up from the backyard. I just remember everything we replaced them with came from our bodies, and how we said we shouldn't be here, alive, living like we owned all the breaths we took, chasing the deer through the trees and rusting our hinges on dreams. We thought we were everything invincible, steel and stones and everything our ancestors left behind. We were wrong. We were just children who hadn't learned how to bleed yet, calling ashes snowflakes in the summertime. Thank you. You guys can find me at NC Beck Poetry. Yeah, thank you.
Stop being so good.
Spectacular, man. You're so great.
Amazing.
You're so
Stop being
great.
so fucking good. Just stop.
How dare you? Cut it out. No, keep going. Keep going. That's exciting, man. The great title. Looking forward to getting that book as well. Again, and I also shared all of those links on the YouTube chat as well. But Nathaniel, thank you so much, man. Those pieces are really astounding. And I do really think that the Jekyll and Hyde one did work as obviously really well as one. Becoming the one person, and man, those hits
it was
so great.
Yeah, it was originally performed as one, and then we made it into like a dual piece. So but yeah. So
Nice, man. Awesome. Well, I'm glad you're here, man. And as always, welcome to come back. Love having you here. All right, let's see. Yeah, man. Thank you. Those links are all there on YouTube. Yo, if you're not following them, what's up? What's wrong with you? Get on that. Get a copy of the book. Sweet. So we're gonna go from Green Bay to the Boogie Down Bronx, where we have La Tormenta. Although I'm seeing a new name here, and I believe that is you. All right, I love it. I love the name change.
It's Finn's fault because when I got here, she said, even though she saw me at the New York, but she said that I looked like caramel rum cake. So she got me with that shit. I threw Jamaican in there because you can't have rum unless it's Jamaican.
There you go.
So I threw that in there, but that's the new name for tonight.
Right.
I just want to make a public motherfucking service announcement because I got beef with this Nathaniel character because I don't know how the fuck I'm supposed to follow this. I'm gonna do it anyway because that's what a bitch like me does. But like, and I usually never have an issue with following people, but this talent right here, I'm like, oh my God. He even made me switch up the content. I was gonna get erotic and I'm probably still gonna get erotic, but I gotta get deep real quick because the power in that talent, like I just gotta give those flowers. Okay, I'm shutting up now. This is called Dancing in the Front Rows of Hell. Some of you have probably heard this. Dancing in the front rows of hell, because that's probably where I'm going to be at the end of this lifetime. A hot poet summer cannot exist without a little rain, cannot exist without a little pain thrown on the table. So let freedom ring, since your ring on my finger won't make me feel free, and your ring won't sing my nightmares clean. And your ring sings a lullaby of death, and your ring stings me to my core, and your ring still makes me want more. And I'm so fucking sore from trying to get your ring off of me, and I still taste you in my morning coffee, and because of you, cinnamon no longer means abundance. And because of you, I still pick up on the first ring. This is the story of what happens when you don't let a seed breathe properly. It grows crooked, resentful, revengeful. It grows out of the corners of your closet when trying to pick out your best outfit. This is the story of what happens when you yank a fruit from its root before Gaia was ready to let her bloom. When a forest fire becomes black snow, when you are born widow to a wife that left you stuck in the middle, when these riddles don't speak your language, when the damage is too far gone, do you turn yourself into the sacred swan that could? I would die for you, simply because you would never ask me to. This is what happens when souls are robbed blue, robbed clueless, like Stacey Dash when she was still black. It is time to cruise back to where love doesn't hurt, not even a little bit. This misfit misses how much she meant to your spirit, but we got different lives now. We got different prides now. And though a candle I light every night, it is not you shielding the sides of me I don't like. I miss having you here. I miss having you near, rubbing my heart and my third eye, my first eye and my lower back as I let out them good cries. No one gave me a manual on how to say goodbye without feeling like I'm dying, but you said the front row of hell was where I danced the best. So that was that. And then I'm gonna get erotic real quick. I'm gonna get a little nasty because I went to an event hosted by this lovely woman, an advocate, and it was nasty as fuck. And it just inspired me to start writing more erotica. So I'm gonna read this and then I'm gonna shh. This is called Chocolate Dick. The first time you came in my ass, I knew you were created by God to live there. I went to church, so I knew to do a bright-eyed Kegel exercise the split second you slipped yourself inside. Our coconut oil came straight from the motherland and had us way too close to creating a couple's OnlyFans. The first time you came in my ass, I knew I would be team no kids long after this pandemic. I went to church, so I knew to give thanks to the elders before me. Being called an offering is cute, but one lick out of you and I metamorphize. I, the most devious deity, and on this side, we don't even do labels. But we can take this audience on a trip back in time. So when that chocolate dick was all mine, esta fresa, esta fresca, esta friquitona, you ain't think we'd get through this without my demonic island tongue, did you? Ripe fruit on top of my cuca is the only way it's done. My boom boom peach greets your super plump sugar plum, a boricua smoothie, and then some, an ancestral gift from the spirits above, a reminder that lust can erupt from love. Our homemade films greet us in our dreams like an astral matrimony until my ass falls in your lap, waking you up for round 3. Because yes, we love sleep, but what we love more is you finding your soul inside me. Your freedom is held in this divine timing, so I promise you can try anything on me. I promise you can bust wherever you please. I promise you can get behind the scenes. I promise you VIP. I promise no bitch makes you cream this vigorously. But now it's time to get stupid nasty. Since you don't think my lack of limits is trashy, since I know about the toys under the bed waiting to smash me into smithereens, the ice cubes for numbing cream, the nipple clamps dangling off the lamp, the pillows under my back as a ramp for you to ram into me at the perfect angle, the permission to use my hands that I don't have, let alone my arms and legs, the way you make me beg just to count the different things I can do with this voice. The choice to rub my temples as you pull my hair from the root. The one time I'm not mad that you're a professional. Not only do I always come before you, but you know when I'm coming before I do. You studied me not like an object, not like a passion project, but someone worth the passion in between your outlaw seasons. My treason of treasure, I love you no better than I love myself. A bookshelf tucked away just for me, and wildly before you, I was anti-monogamy. But this bed holds all of our memories, and I will live them out to the very death of me. Thank you.
Damn it.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God.
There's reactions in the chat. There's sweet. Oh man, you're like, yeah, I think I'll throw down a little erotica, but it's with the all caps and the kind of thing that people pray to. Thank you. That was amazing. You gotta go read the comments in the chat, all the praise. So people tuning in right now on YouTube and seeing you for the first time, like, damn, I want more of your writing. I want to see what you're doing because that, it's a great energy. How can people do that? People find you online?
You can find me on Instagram, Facebook, and Medium, Amanda Ashley Villanueva. Get used to me because I'm gonna be around with my spicy ass pen. Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it. I always appreciate it.
As always, come back. I like it. Caramel Jamaican rum. Damn. All right, that was smooth. All right, so let's see. You guys are like just making a list of like now someone has to follow that. You know, that's what's happening, right? Uh, so we're gonna go from the Bronx to back to the Southwest. We're gonna join our friend in New Mexico, in Las Cruces. We have Ideal in the house, and I love how you signed up. Acrobatic fire breathing, perfect. That's awesome, man.
Sometimes,
So we got
sometimes the
Ideal.
poetry is acrobatic fire breathing. Sometimes it's just dumpster juice. But it just depends. It just depends.
Absolutely, man. Dude, take it away. Welcome back.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. I don't think I have a title for this one. I sit with my son, cards and pieces strewn across the floor. He rolls the dice and says, "Daddy, can we play no rules mode?" And I firmly respond, "No, we need to follow the rules, take turns, read the instructions, maintain the order of things, because that's how I learned to feel accepted." It's 4th grade. My social circle is to connect the dots, except I'm too scared to pick up the pencil. But my school had caught you doing something good. Get caught following the rules and you get rewarded. You get recognized. You get noticed. I remember Miss Avery telling the whole school if she could, she would adopt me. That pencil started to feel 10 pounds heavier. The earth revolves once more. A long-term substitute was giving out awards. I sat there, addicted to affirmation, scratching my skin down to the hypodermis, a genetic lottery ticket revealing my potential, awaiting more validation, only to hear, "Too good to be a boy" award. Too good to be a boy. As if my compliance was with everything but her gender norms, and that's the real celebration. Yet here I am, preaching conformity to this young rebel spirit. When I regret every risk not taken, I take a deep breath, sweep my hand across the board, pushing pieces, my hangups, and mistakes to the side. All right, son, no rules it is. I got one more. I'll do 2 more, actually. This one's called "Give Me Daps." There's a group of young men deemed too violent for communities, so they're placed in prison. But they're also too young for the state to call it that. Unified under grief blue dickies, hopeless gray tees, and ADHD orange Crocs, marched like ants to jury chow halls and food rationed accordingly, where grown men have egos so big they can't see how little they're accomplishing. Faces peer out of glass squares, voices echo from narrow chapboards, asking for basic rights. And yet here, in this glorified cage, humanity is to be instilled. Instilled. We take for granted what they beg for access to: phone calls, magazines, stability, and yes, he robbed an Allsups. He attacked a cop. He murdered someone. But this, ladies and gentlemen, this is not the solution. For infants incubated in weed smoke and cortisol, for toddlers who wake up to their mother's pleas for living another day, for teens so desperate for acceptance and comfort that they join gangs, only to realize there was a bear trap underneath the blanket of security. They are not monsters. They come from the wounds of society's woes that fester in communities until the blood spills on the wrong judicial rope. Sentences handed out become run-on, punctuating the pipeline to prison. We can do more. We must do more. And then my last one's called Bob Ross. We are perfect on paper. These caricatures I created capture the essence of us. The sharp edges soften, so if I fall and you stand me up, the scars don't stand out. The topography of heartbreak, your insecurities and flaws, I scrubbed those until the paper tore. Not for my sake, but yours. So down the road, I don't pick you apart till vultures starve and fall from the sky. Trust me, it's better this way. Your dull colors I brightened and your bright colors I dulled, because staring at them so long hurt my eyes. And the boundaries, these are just lines I erased so colors can swim freely. The hues of who we are, only vaguely familiar. It's normal, I promise. Did I mention this paint is toxic? The colors easily seep through, so even when we need change, stains sit upon the canvas, beckoning us to remember, or maybe to never forget. We are so perfect on paper. I think I'll just keep us there. That's it.
Yeah, man. Thank you, sir. Ideal. Anthony, what you working on, man? What'd you like?
I've had the podcast. I've taken a hiatus from the podcast just doing my scheduling stuff, but if you're interested in it, The Ideal Mentality, Spotify, Google Podcasts, wherever you listen to your podcasts. And it's really about it I got going on these days, man.
Oh, perfect, man. And then, of course, also, we could find you online, right? Is that the same tag, The Ideal Mentality?
No, it's Anthony Esquivel on Facebook, and then The New Ideal on Instagram.
The New Ideal. Dude, I was trying to tag you the other day, and I couldn't remember. I had to, like, look through, like, the list.
I changed it recently, so I don't blame you, man. Thank you.
Dude, appreciate it. Thanks for coming through.
No problem.
We got to catch you at the next live event, all right, man?
For sure.
All right, cool. Sweet pieces. I love how everyone's touching up on all sorts of varied subjects. That's what these nights are about. And also, we do have a couple spots open. You know, I see some peeps here just hanging out, tuning in. And so if you want to sign up, I'll get you that link right now in the chat. I'll also post it on the YouTube live stream. So if anyone there wants to join us, you can. But we're gonna keep on going from Las Cruces to Maine to see our main man. And as always, I start to hear those whispers in my head. Here comes the general. Here comes the general. Ladies and gentlemen, the moment you've been waiting for. The Proud of Maine. Hey, it's Generalissimo in the house. What is up, man? Let's see. What up? Sorry, I was doing a cheesy Hamilton intro again. I gotta stop it. It's a problem. How are you doing today?
Trying today. That's about the best I can say. It's been a rough day, but find out something about someone who got in a really bad car wreck because they were drunk driving, and it was someone that I didn't know had a drinking problem.
Wow.
Things happen, and you lose touch with people, and it's scary, but
sending good thoughts your way. Well, I'm glad you're here with us, man.
These two poems are brand new. The first one is totally unfinished, but it's called The Cardiac Surgeon That Lives Inside My Psyche. I wish I could remove my heart into a satin-lined box every now and then. On the hottest summer nights when it's too hot for a top sheet, when I have several fans strategically pointed at my bed, when I exist in a constant hot flash, on those nights, if I dare fall asleep, my dreams become a certain breed of warped. On those nights, the back of my neck sweats to my pillow, onto my pillow till I wake to flip the pillow. I sometimes wish I could remove my heart before certain family events, so my brain can lead my reactions to the barrage of gaslighting I will endure and strategically sew my mouth shut for the sake of not making waves. I should never stand up for myself lest I be accused of shooting off a semi-automatic military gun when I open my mouth. I wish I could remove my heart every time I run into someone who had targeted me for abuse in my past. I would place it on a plate and surgically slice a keloid scar from its edge, and place the scar into a baby blue Tiffany & Company engagement ring box and state, "You gave this to me as if my future was wedded to your painfully obvious insensitivity. You can't regift this to a new target, because such scars' owners must have a whole, undamaged heart that has never known your warped vision of love." My apologies to Mariah Carey. Because she had a song called Vision of Love. So this is a new piece that I wrote yesterday, and I've read it at a live outdoor open mic. And I didn't have a title for it till now, which is Why Sophia Loves Marrakesh. You find an obscure poetry journal from somewhere like New Mexico with a cover photo of an abstract sculpture implanted in the desert amongst alien rock formations. You read a poem on page 23 whose syllabic rhythm skips to a beat like a shiny, slick rock skips across a lake on a lazy summer day. You imagine a poet reading the poem backed by a man with a solid wood upright base shaped like a voluptuous woman, slowly plucking strings as the poem is read. You find yourself snapping your fingers and tapping your feet to the poem as if it were a song that gets stuck in your head. Gets hooked in your thoughts and repeats to a beat till you find yourself in a basement jazz joint tucked away near Bleecker Street. You think about that poem you read in that hole-in-the-wall coffee shop run by a man from Morocco, where tea is served in fancy metal-adorned glass cups with fresh mint leaves, and coffee is brewed with water infused with mace, cardamom, and cinnamon from Ceylon. There is a sign near the antique brass cash register. If you want whipped cream with coffee, go to Starbucks. It never fails to make you laugh, letting the man from Morocco know his sense of humor has found your sense of humor's G-spot. So you sit at a tiny, wobbly wooden table, gripping your scotch on the rocks. The ice jingles against the glass. The man on the upright bass cello, shaped like Sophia Loren, plucks at the strings, setting a beat for a drummer to tap his skins and cymbals with feathered sticks. A woman pulls the slide on her trombone, the full bullfrog. Then she exhales into brass. You sip your scotch. Your throat is bathed in warmth. You open your eyes to witness a trio of noises that is nothing less than poetry in motion. Gracias, everyone.
Awesome, man. Thank you.
Yes.
Gracias to
That was
you.
amazing, Jay. Love you, man. Love you, G.
So strong.
Gracias, you
That
too.
first piece, thank you.
Sending love your way. Yo, tell us how we can learn more about how we can break rules, and you know, if there are any more poetic forms that we might.
Oh, really? And I believe the beautiful Queen Donna is here tonight. Has she gone yet? Did I miss her? I hope she reads tonight because she's one of my favorite poets of all time. And but anyways, yes. So on the 24th we have my workshop for Tumblewords, which is breaking rules and is it breaking rules and creating new poetic forms. 3 p.m. Eastern on that's Saturday. Also, but before that, next Monday is Cafe Generalissimo open mic from 5:45 to 5:75. Doors open at 5:30, and it is a loosey-goosey casual open mic, so just come and go as you please. If you want to read a poem, then go to your kitchen and make dinner and eat it, not in front of anyone. That's perfectly all right. And if you want to share some caramel Jamaican cheesecake with us, then that's perfectly all right too. You're not supposed to smile when I say that, thank you. But anyways, and so a lot of stuff going on. I'll put it all in the chat. And thank you very much. Thank you very much, Richie. And of course, thank you very much, my Queen Donna. And let's hear some good poetry from some other people.
Right on, man. Thank you. Yeah, you nailed the promo. Awesome. Looking forward to that on the 24th and Cafe Generalissimo. That's really cool. Like Mondays are gonna be lit for real. You know, you can just have your whole day booked. Great. From the morning all the way to late night. Shout out to our buddy Matthew Maroquin. He's over in Maine. I saw you guys connected at a live event. I know he's also pretty soon going to go to Jersey, where our next performer, of course, you can find. You know, as always, you know, I have so many words. Like, just I appreciate our next performer so much as well. Just as all of you guys, really. You know, he does so much, and I'm grateful for it, you know, and the fact that all you guys join us here every week. But you know, you guys already know. Let's go to Jersey, where we're gonna bring up Paul con queso. What is up, Paul? Welcome
Richie.
back, man.
Hi, how you doing, man? Oh, being spotlighted. Whoa, that's always an experience. All right, so I'm gonna just gallery view that. So, all right. So last week I read a piece or two, and you were like, "You ain't gonna sing though? You ain't gonna sing?" So I got some singing to do in one piece, and then I got some storytelling to do in a second. This is my makeup from Thursday. I didn't get to make it to Finn's. Well, I made it, but I had to dip at a Finn's open mic on Thursday. So Yamo just read my my Thursday night piece called Let Freedom. Bear with me, it's a lot of singing in the song, okay? But it's only because Richie requested it. Let freedom. I believe in freedom. Free from being bound, free from caring if you're around, free to be your own being, free like the US needs to free Puerto Rico from their bear trap clasped imperialist grasp of proposed chattel statehood slavery, free like free Cuba from crony commies, free like liberation, free like you don't even know for whom the Liberty Bell tolls, free like free 99, free like Butterfree being freed by Ash because he loved him enough to let him go, free as Freemasons, freebasing, free on freeloaded from deep freezers and freeing on freeway, free like Cinque and Amistad exclaiming, give us free. Free as freestyle battles on Smack DVD and 106 and Park, free as I be, unleashed, free as you need to be. See you face to face, I'm thinking about the days we used to be. But I can't make a scene. But I can't make a scene. See you face to face, I'm thinking about the days we used to be. But I can't make a scene. But I can't make it seem like I want you. You. Even if it's true. Even if it's no longer true. Soul beat blue, if it was green, I would die. Free as the tide, free as a heart attack, free as Iwo Jima given back after risen flags of improper ownership. Free as anyone who knows no one owes you shit. Not love, not attention. Did I mention false intentions? Interesting that we all tend to become our own provocateur. Wanting more than is promised us, dumb in wanting love, when you know it costs nothing to mind your fucking heart and not give it freely to anyone with a muzzle for a tongue, because my dumbstruck promise was to be whatever temporary thing you believed you need, like, I'll be the boyfriend in your wet dreams tonight. Noses on a rail, little virgin, where's the white? You cut your hair, but you used to live a blinded life. Wish I was there, wish we'd grown up on the same advice, and our time was right. I mean, you're entirely free to do as you please. I'm neutral as can be. Fucking Switzerland of a human being. Sign this Geneva Convention of Independence. Fuck a declaration, these fake conventions of constituting sovereignty. Though as we grow melancholy, crack, rocking ourselves to sleep, skyline to a sweet life, biking past pyramids with super rich kids in Chanel lenses on Novocaine, Ivy climbing, Pilot Jones, Cayendo, Godspeed as you float into Futura free. See, it's for you, Forrest Gump, as our channel oranges fade to blonde, no longer thinking about you as I wash out pink and white hued Nikes and Moon River, even though from time to time I get so nostalgia ultra. Now and then you miss it, sounds make you cry. Some nights you dance with tears in your eyes. I came to visit, 'cause you see me like a UFO. That's like never, 'cause I made you use your self-control, and you made me lose my self-control, And I know you're narcotic, but I'd sooner liar, beat myself to a visceral pulp in public bathroom stall than get hooked and fall again into the honey trap of free doom when we finally do see through disguises to razor wire eyelids covering our summer pool. We submerge into the slick womb of death and place our fate in staggered breaths. I'm going under, and this time I feel there's no one to save me. This all or nothing really got a way of driving me crazy. Now I need somebody to heal, somebody to know, somebody to have, somebody to hold. And it's easy to say, but it's never the same. I guess I kinda like the way you numbed all the pain. Now the day bleeds into nightfall, and you're not here to get me through it all. I let my guard down, and then you pulled the rug. I was getting kinda used to being someone you love, or someone you used as a drug. The comfort of such attention, poetic and otherwise, like methadone coming down. And some may be cool with this, but I prefer cold turkey withdrawal from being used. I choose emancipation over track mark veins and indentured chains of want, not reciprocated when it really counts. But I still can't drown out the fact rejection feels akin to going under. And this time I feel there's no one to turn to. It's all and nothing, really got a way of sleeping without you. Now I need somebody to know, somebody to heal, somebody to have, just to know how it feels. It's easy to say, but it's never the same. I guess I kind of like the way you help me escape. Now the day bleeds into nightfall, and you're not here to get me through it all. I let my guard down, and then you pulled the rug. I was getting kind of used to being someone you love. And I tend to close my eyes when it hurts sometimes. I fall into your arms. I'll be safe in the sound till it comes back around. Around a solid ground. Detoxing from toxic tongue, freedom from anyone's fake accusations. Their lashes on back are inaccurate, but I won't lash back. I'll get even just by being free from anyone's yoke. Placing ring on fourth finger as if to say you are property, because honestly, I'd rather ride white Ferrari solo for all eternity than be caught with another torrent of tormenting force trying to make me worship them, because if it brings me to my knees, it's a bad religion. And so I allow myself the ultimate act of compassion and wean myself off of this drug. All right. Whew. So I'm gonna be hosting a boy band mic for Trisha in August. So that is my plug for the boy band mic. If any of y'all are hiding singers inside of yourselves, then I see fisticuffs, my boy Abraham in the chat throwing his hands up because he's men who sing, men who heal. He's gonna get it. He's gonna get it with me. All right. So the second piece I'm barely gonna sing in. This is a storytelling piece, and it's about a night that doesn't seem real. It's called Stolen Night, Stolen Wish. What started impromptu as the Princess of Agrabah texts, if you want, come through after. So this casual Aladdin, outdated vest and all, made his way to the priest, hiding genie along with lamp, a couple of Casamigos on rocks with lime and a shattered glass, a mule keeping time until the palace shut down. Want to go on an adventure akin to Do You Trust Me? One made wish leads to suspended disbelief and reality en route to NYC for what we'll see this city of Central Perk and I'll be there for you. Tunnel rides and wrong way turns, nearly stolen sunflowers, purchased instead, given to La Princesa Girasol, a few plucked stems placed in ear, even more pilfered, fake flower snatched by Jasmine and made to wreath. Second wish granted in finding what we believe to be the only hookah lounge open on the entire earth or Disney verse. We enter and take our seat on this magic carpet ride of throw pillows and mango margs and mango mint, shisha filling lungs with just enough breath to build suspense for what comes next. LA, Miami, and Bronx burst in, take the next table, adjacent to our carpet, a whole new world to show you. I can show you the world, shining, shimmering, splendid. Tell me, princess, now when did you last let your heart decide? Exploring explosive chemistry with touch collarbones where piercings go, attraction heat palpable as Prince Ali makes his move. Perhaps the only thing not stolen tonight was this kiss, and series of which would follow, sinking into the soft pillow of her lips. The second wish granted, a magic night bathed in moonlight. Next table over, decide it's too much to pay, and thus dine and flee, leaving princess and me to think perhaps we should steal a throw pillow or two or three, jokingly stuck one under shirt, as if to appear expecting jokes about first date pregnancy, but she was really for real about stealing it. Just one more wish. Plot projecting, distracting server with lost purses which were never there. Snatched two pillows, absconding to streets where street rats ran wild as us. Finally, we decide at 4 a.m. it's been enough of an adventure for one night. And with all our wishes spent, we await the next rub of lamp when our paths may cross again.
Yes.
So when you're
Awesome,
recording
man.
an album,
Damn.
so when you're recording an album, Paul,
God damn, Paul.
when you record that,
Eventually, when our band decides it's time.
I got you.
I ain't doing it alone.
Hey,
If y'all, bye. Bye. If y'all want to come take a workshop with me this Saturday at 1 p.m., the Nuyorican and myself are hosting a workshop called Make It Make Sense, a sensory body poetry generative workshop. It's for the free, unless you want to donate to the Nuyorican. You can either follow me at Paul Con Queso on IG, or y'all can go to nuyorican.org/calendar. Thank you, Richie. I love the space. I love y'all. Thanks for letting me flex my amateur karaoke skills.
Killed it, man. No, I only ask because I love it, man. Appreciate it. All right. So, hold on. I turned on. All right. I turned on my original sound by accident. Okay. How are we looking on the list? Looking good. Again, we do have a couple of spots open. So if you're here with us and you're not signed up, just shoot me a message and I could find a spot for you. But right now we're going to go ahead and go from Jersey to El Paso, Texas, where, I had the pleasure of getting to see our next performer do their thing live in person at one of the open mics, and it's been such a great joy. And she's rocking a fresh new look, ready to rock her book as well, her publication. Guys, we got Denise Signs. We got Signs of Poetry in the house.
Whoop, whoop.
Yeah.
Thank you. I usually shave my head like every couple of years, so this is like a whole new cycle. But each time I do it, I always get so self-conscious, but my partner always reminds me, you do this all the time. This is like absolutely nothing new, so let's go on with it. I just have a little small intro piece and then 3 little small pieces that I'm going to do. I usually like to do, when I do a cover piece, I usually like to do Michael Faudet, just because I really love him a lot. He writes so much in just so many little words. And this one's called Love Letters. The kind of love letters I write are the ones you read in bed, stretched out under the sheets with one hand between your legs. And so, yeah, I love that. See, so much and just so very little. And this next one is my own. It's called Devout. I'm in love with how she speaks. Every word is purposeful. Integrity seeps from her pores. She embraces her flaws, transmutes them into beauty. She stands in her truth and does not waver. Melanated skin of God, I worship at her feet. Feminine, divine, secrets of the universe hidden in her braids. She smells like sandalwood and shade. Like Mother Maya, lotuses bloom at the wake of her perfume. She is the goddess all-knowing, blessed by the rivers and oceans of the earth. Her moans flow like cream. She brings me to my knees so I can make hers buckle over me. Parched, her nectar hydrates me. Thirsty for the water she offers, a drink I must coax out, dipping my fingers into the still water of her well, awaken the rapids within. I am but a pious woman who speaks in tongues at her altar, devout and made clean by her holy water. Thank you. And I got this other one. This one's all in Spanish. If you guys don't understand, I hope you like how it sounds. It's called Sala de Espera. Me has dicho mil verdades sobre el mal del deseo y lo moral de tu desprecio. Me dictas la sinceridad en tus caricias, en tu mirada. Te sigo buscando entre mis sábanas. Mis manos siguen el rastro de tu inmoralidad. Me llamas vulgar y cachonda, pero fueron tus manos que encontraron el jugo de mi fruta. Sigues pretendiendo ser ciego e inocente, mientras yo esperaré hasta que tu sentido de santo se desaparece y podré dar alabanza a tu conocimiento de mi cuerpo. Dime cuánto lamentas el pasado, que nunca quisiste cruzar la línea. Échale la culpa al licor o al diablo. Yo sé la verdad que grita tu cuerpo, la forma que besas mis pechos, el descubrimiento de tus dedos. Guarda tus palabras para el día de juicio, que yo no soy ni juez ni jurado, Solamente soy tu amante que te ha esperado. And then this next one is it's pretty old. It's about like 15 years old. Anyway, it's called Just Push Pause. That's my last one. And I'll leave you guys. It's not distance that wears me down. It's not time that makes my heart heavy. It's the sun that no longer shines, the stars that have forgotten how to dance. Everything is still, quiet, frozen in a moment that reigns in anguish. Tears are the only thing that carry momentum anymore. Even as I try to carry my voice to you, the sound waves will not break. They just stand still. Ignore the plea in my eyes and the pain in my soul, avoiding everything that makes you feel, and yet you wish for me to stay still, to await your return with nothing more than scraps left behind in your wake. I told you I was a hungry ghost that needs to be fed the dreams which you so closely guard. I bartered for these tender moments with all I had. I cut my ties with what you saw was not fitting for me. Rewarded with moments so sweet and devilish, we kept it behind closed doors. I gave you my heart to keep as you went away looking to a mailbox with the anticipation of what was to come. And here I stand still. Promises were made. And here I stand still. Sweet reverberation of our heart's desire never came. And yet here I stand still. Tears are the only thing that fall, and you will not wipe them away. Just scoff and come back another day. Because surely with such amorous support as this, I should be standing here still, waiting for you to one day bring me back to life. May my skin turn to porcelain and my heart disappear, because that is the only way I can be standing still. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Denise. Rocking it. Signs of poetry. Yo, signs everywhere with signs. Rocking that poetry and always coming through. So tell us what you got going on.
Oh man, there's so much. I am just so grateful for the doors that have been open. Thanks to you, Richie. I owe it to BWOMS, Donna. Thanks to Donna and Tumblewords. I'm going to be having a poetry workshop on July 31st. I believe she had us put down the links a few times in the chat as well. But yeah, if you guys would like to join me, just bring some incense and something to write down with. And let's just heal and share with each other our pain, and just let me be the ear to listen, so we can just begin to move on. And my book's coming out as well, and so many other things. But just follow me on Facebook, just Denise Science, and I post everything there. But thank you again, Richie.
Perfect. Thank you. Yes. Many blessings coming in the workshops and books and these nights, really, and also just always to healing, and finding that path. So appreciate everyone who is in that line of work of promoting healing and encouraging it. Absolutely. All right, we're gonna stick around in El Paso right now and bring up one of our MVPs. It is MV Lee, and as always, I'm always excited about their set. So without further ado, let's go and welcome Lee MS to the stage. Lee, what is up? How you doing? Oh, look at that! You got the blur going on. Fancy. You're also an Android.
An Android? What?
Oh, I'm hearing my echo. I'm gonna shut up. Do your thing.
Thank you. So I have something new, and then I'll read two old ones. Something new, it's gonna be first in Spanish and then in English. It's called Shadow. Habrán de cargarme el alma las sombras de los ancestros de estos minutos que han pasado, y pasado, y pasado, y pasado. Diría que cargo conmigo la pesadumbre del ayer, pero el ayer me lleva de la mano y mis sombras de momentos perpetuos en la memoria preparan el carruaje fúnebre donde he de pasar horas, ausente en mí, mientras el tiempo pasa y pasa y pasa. Han tocado ya la superficie de mi ausencia y en ella he encontrado el espejo del consciente subconsciente, la rendija por la cual estiro muy de vez en cuando la luz de adentro, la luz dormida, la luz de noche dispuesta nuevamente a ahuyentarlas, a acorralarlas en las orillas de sentimientos encontrados, donde logre verlas y mantenerlas al margen hasta que llegue de nuevo la noche eterna. Habrán de cargarme el alma en las sombras indelebles de una vida no vivida. And now the translation. They will carry this soul, the shadows of the ancestors of these minutes that have passed and passed by and passed and passed by. I could say that I carry with me the sorrows of yesterdays, but it is the past which holds my hand in the shadows of those perpetual moments committed to memory. Prepare the hearse where I shall spend hours absent within, while time passes and it happens and it passes and it happens. They have touched already the surface of my absence, and in it they have found the mirror of the unconscious consciousness, the slit through which I stretch ever so often the light from within, the sleeping light, the night light ready again to drive them away, corner them on the margins where mixed feelings meet, where I can see them and keep them out until the eternal night arrives again. They will carry the soul, these indelible shadows of a life not lived. So that was one. This is something old, again, first English and then in Spanish, and this is called Cambio. I have yet to hear my voice without the aftershock of twofold imperialism, the combination of generational trauma and generational abuse, inflicted and inflicting, tied with a knot to my tongue and hanging to the expansionism that kept me and many others from an origin. Following the traditions of the occupied, I've done masks instead of self to exist in specific times and places, adaptable as Shing at the ready. The whitexicans mask with el español perfecto frente a los gringos, carente de interferencia estadounidense o española, ausente de modismos, coloquialismos, regionalismos, monótono esperando impresionar. The first generation immigrant con el inglés golpeado, the notes of anger of the north to the north, los poshismos típicos, palabras inventadas que entienden solo lo que cambian de un código ajeno to another borrowed one, robbed from the experience of a mother tongue. And the translation. Aún no he logrado escuchar mi voz en el post-trauma del doble imperialismo, la combinación del trauma y abuso generacional infligiendo en mi lengua amarrado con el doble nudo y aferrándome al expansionismo que me mantiene a mí y a muchos otros de conocer nuestro origen. Siguiendo las tradiciones de los colonizados, cubro mi rostro tras máscaras en vez de usar mi piel para existir en lugares y tiempos específicos, adaptable con un cambio en mano. The Whitexicans mask with el español perfecto frente a los gringos, carente de interferencia estadounidense, ausente de modismos, coloquialismos, regionalismos, monótono, logrando advertir miradas. The first generation immigrant con el inglés golpeado, las notas de ira del norte hacia el norte, los poshismos típicos, palabras inventadas que entienden solo los que cambian de un código prestado to another borrowed one. Robado de la experiencia de conocer la lengua madre de la tierra que habito. So that's the second one. And the final one, just a second. I don't normally write love poetry because I find it hard. So this is an attempt at it. This is called I Don't Say It Enough. Blink between moments of silence, afraid of breaking the habitual murmur of the fan rapidly circling over our heads, always seconds away from beheading our dreams. Thought through the routine, unprompted, unscheduled, unplanned, I send you a meme instead of my words, linguistically stunted by the passions I shoved in the closet of my youth. And in front of you, I wear the mask of inebriation, inhibiting the illogical me who fears exposure, vulnerability, perceptibility. Just to say my thank yous, I love yous, I want yous until the mask falls. And there you are, wide-eyed at the heated whisper I plant on your ear with the tip of my lips. And that's it for me.
Awesome. Yes. The real Liam S. All the love. Thank you for joining us again. That's such a cool blur effect you got. How does your image hold up to it?
Oh, I don't even have it today, but in the chat, you can follow me on Instagram. If you cannot type what I'm going to type on the Instagram, I think you can see it like on the bottom here on the Zoom. It's cadáveres_literarios. Otherwise, I'll put it up on the chat.
All right, perfect. Thank you. All right. Yo, it's crazy. Like I heard a little bit of my echo and I sounded like a robot. I was freaking out. We're all in a simulation. Okay. Thank you, Lee. Beautiful as always. Let's see. And of course, always shout out to everyone on the live stream. Andres, Luis. We've had Amanda Wilson. Donna was there right now. Now she's in here. Yeah, so much love to everyone who also supports on the YouTube live stream. All right, we're going to keep going. We got more peeps. In fact, we're going to go from El Paso to East Los Angeles, where we have Sandy Shakes. And she's ready to shake the mic. Sandy, what's up?
Hey everybody, sorry I'm late. I just got here. Okay. Thank you for letting me hear all your beautiful voices once again. I've been going through some stuff, but this is my healing. And this is a premiere of a short version of hopefully a long version that I'm working on. In the Eyes of Frida Kahlo, ultimately directed at Diego. But here's a little tiny excerpt of it. Okay, here we go. Sabor a traicionero. What is it about men that makes them think it is okay to omit? Omit. I hate that word. I didn't tell you because I was scared. Well, stop being un cobarde en el cumpleaños de Frida on her birthday, nonetheless. Let me tell you something. If it moves like a Diego, tastes like a Diego, es un pinche Diego. You, sir, and all your homeboys are not worth the last ink of my pen. We are here to collect Frida's colors, Diego pendejo. She was all the different shades of a rainbow. You were rotten crushed Skittles on sticky liquor store gravel. Pero ya basta. Frida will reign again. That is all for now. Richie, can't you see? I can't hear you, brother.
What's up? No, I was trying to get the list ready to like up next. You got me. Thank you, Sandy. What's up? Tell us about your open mics with Los Angeles Poet Society.
We are on the first week of every month. I had an amazing guest last time, and you know, we brought a lot of East Coast flavor over there. I'm very excited about that. You guys keep coming. It's a good space. And we have a very big feature August 1st, which is Miss Stacy. She was here last week. Amazing poet, amazing work. So we're gonna feature her next week, August, the first week of August. Thank you.
All right, wonderful. And as always, Sandy, the mic has been shaken. gotta end with it. All right, thank you so much. Check that out. Oh, and also, yes, please share like your social media stuff as well. You drop it in the chat, you know, we'll pass it along to YouTube. All right, man, so many replays. All right, up next, we're actually going to stick around in the area, Los Angeles, where we have you know, one of our favorite Chicano poets joining us. As always, as we like to say, class is about to be in session. Let's go and welcome Teso Somok back to the mic. The Teso Somok. What's up, man?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
All right. I'm waiting for Paul Conquista to sing the I used to call you on the cricket. You know, Richie, we were falling behind a bunch of pieces, so I'm like, I've got a backlog. So what do you want me to do? Two? All right. So this one is called the Banal Fatal Strategies of the Stranger. And it's basically my response to people who say like, oh, we're made out of stardust and that makes everything okay. Yeah, this is my answer to stardust. They said, sing and rejoice in the hymnal of the galactic body. Oh, they claim we are star stuff, a fractal of the universe, the non-linear quadratic iteration of an initial condition from the implosion of exhausted and burnt out stars, the reverb rolling wave of ashes, fatu dust. Cynicism deprives the self-celebration of nomadic wandering stars, the prescriptive long series of romantic projections which demand the transformation of the oppressed into missionary forces of historical emancipation. The good Dantean pilgrim as strangerhood inscribed with intellectual experience, tracing the instrumentality of universal reason. Truth is homeless. Homelessness breeds truth. When stars end their lives, they swell up and fall together, throwing off their outer layers, the galactic shell sung and chorused. If a star is heavy, it will implode into a supernova. 99% of galactic matter is in our sun. The remnants are pockets of quantum horror vacuum, compressed by gravity. If you guys don't know, horror vacuum is the kind of Islamic painting where you can't have any empty space. The gravitational stranger is universal, homeless, rootless. There is no mass in the empty lattice of space. Rootlessness relativizes everything, creates universality. But they say we are star stuff, polvo estrellado, like powdered white sugar on waffles. The universal spread and transgression bear witness to unprecedented popularization and banalization of the cultish romantic individualism and its core themes of authenticity, alienation, aestheticization of the mundane, bohemia in the social margin expanded, institutionalized into legitimate and subsidized social sanctuary. The stellar star stuff of individual instrumental reason will lead to irrational results. There is no meaning in thinking and living, where all you make is rational decisions, one after another. Those are not rich enough notions of experience for a human life. Fundamentally important, what does life mean? Surely there's a better way to organize the world and star stuff than the way it is organized now. Surely life should have more meaning in a different situation. The intellectual and the stranger play a game of discursive hide and seek from the stellar ghetto. Their close metaphoric conjunctions traditionally opened up the vast possibilities of cross-reference and mutual substitution. The stranger as the passion peddler, the salesman of desire, the nuclear synthesis of the unknown, and boredom has often been envisioned as both the historical and normative prototype of the true intellectuals who we see as the elevated calm man possessing an elevated privilege to prey with his epistemic advantages, while the true intellectual has preferably been deemed as a displaced person, as someone estranged from his base, uprooted, marginal to his culture of origin and its parochial customs, values, and beliefs. The banalization and its refusal and the fear of dealing with complexity. You can feel stardusted by the stranger and the intellectual with their impassioned reducto ad absurdum that you be sold banality. Remember how stellar dust turned Jesse Jackson from a serious social actor into a sort of banal caricature in the media? They banalized the real threat to the system, which was the Rainbow Coalition, a real threat, populist threat to the system, banalized into a joke. Banalization is a way to reduce complexity. It's also a systemic way to be an idiot. Rick Roderick. Confessional stellar does banalize human experience by talking about it so much, about sex with your mom, with your dad, with your sisters, with your uncles, with your aunts, transsexuals, multisexuals, polysexuals. You will talk about it until the whole subject will become banal. And what used to be fascinating, desires, interesting, important, strange, hidden, prohibited parts of the psyche are now left with a residue of silicon carbide, graphite, and nanodiamonds made at high temperatures in the atmosphere of stars, resistant to acid and left behind. The paradox of the stranger is if everyone is a stranger, no one is. All right. You ready for the next one?
Yeah.
All right. This is titled When a River Dies. How do you lament the death of a river? The post-mortem chemotoxins, chemoattractants, and chemorepellents of inorganic or organic substances possessing chemotaxis inducer effects, these chemotactic ligands create chemical concentration gradients that organisms, prokaryotic and eukaryotic, move toward and away from, respectively. The haploid, phagocytose, axenic, and feasting on agar buffets, reproducing indefinitely on E. coli. A valley of reclaimed swampland exiting the southern Sierra Nevada mountains and flowing south, then southwest across the San Joaquin Valley through topographic access into the drainage basin of the Tulare Lake. The water conveyance and network of levees and diversions control the high flow systems of canals and drains, diverting surface water off the land. The Kern River alluvial fan at 320 feet above sea level, pulled by a 20-foot gradient towards the surrounding western ridges once its pre-development course. The murder began with a monitoring network to characterize the groundwater occurrence, flow direction, and recharge areas in a managerial standard approach to easily consolidate and analyze. Thousands of inhaling pipes connected like meth heads with an insatiable desire for the axenic high. The hydrological subbasins carved through geophysical flows, undulating bedrock formed by folding, faulting. These subbasins exhibiting isolation from larger easterly groundwater via a 10-foot anticline subsurface structure with separate aquifers, the interbedded, laterally discontinuous, sandy, silty sediments, unconsolidated sediments by grain size as sands, silts, or clays. The resistance to death specified by these properties, quantifying the flow and storage properties of the aquifer strata. Abandonment, pesticide, herbicide, and fertilizer runoff deal the last blows. Anyone can see the accelerating signs of meth wasting, oil draining, overdrafting, and the hollowing of the land. How do we lament what has become the cauldron of dope fiends, thieves, and parolees, water hustlers, and ex-cons scrambling for survival? How do we lament the death of a river that has produced the San Joaquin Valley's world's top agricultural producer, multi-billion-dollar economic powerhouse, the breadbasket of Central California racism and remnants of Southern white supremacy, the Underground Railroad of crank, crystal meth, major quantities up and down Interstate 5 and State Route 99. Locals say that when you live in a small town, it's hard to get away. The failures always come home like the chickens to roost. Shall we mount a graveside headstone which marks where the body of water lay? Shall we do it at its headwaters at the basin northwest of Mount Whitney, or where the last place on earth where it was alive? Shall we do it like the past where the travelers were out of necessity buried where they fell? Shall we mount roadside memorials, our felt statements of grief and love for the victim? The memorial marks the last place on earth where it was alive. But the paradox of the roadside memorial is that it's usually the memorial is created and maintained by family members or friends of the river who die. Will we remember to leave a bunch of flowers, real or plastic, taped to a street furniture or a tree trunk, a handwritten message, personal mementos, more than memorial crosses, ghost spikes, or a plaque with an inscription? The ghost siphon pipe phenomenon, where an old siphon pipe is painted white and locked up at the accident site, while bikers leave helmets with faceplates painted black. Shall we leave empty black painted water bottles? How do we lament the death of a river?
All right, man. Question. Oh, Tez. Thank you, man. Appreciate that. Gosh, 2019. That's the social media, right? Awesome. Thank you so much. Yeah, that's part of you're almost caught up now. You got a couple more pieces now to catch up. How do you lament the death? That's a great question. That's a good writing prompt, actually. Should when are your writing workshops, man? Every time you perform as a writing workshop, intrinsically, just something to think about and chew on, right? Oh, you're muted. I was like, I hear you talking. I was waiting. No, it's still not coming through.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
I said, do you really want me to distort people's heads some more? It's way too much, I think.
It's always good for art, we'll figure something out. Anyway, man,
I can't sing like Paul. I don't have, I don't have the only fan page look, that old and worn out,
But you do have one.
I mean, we already heard you, so the damage is done. What's a little more? What's a workshop after hearing that?
Yeah, that's exactly. You can't put the toothpaste back in the tube, as it's
yeah,
said.
that doesn't work.
All right, thanks, man. We got more peeps, so I got to make sure to get them on. Actually, sometimes I forget, and I turn this into like a semi podcast, and I'm like start interviewing people, like, so how's your life going? And it's hard not to, but I'm catching up with all you guys. But we're gonna go from LA back to El Paso, where I just think she's a crowd favorite. Patty is back, and she's ready to drop some of her poetic life right now on the stream. Patty, what's up? How you doing? Missed you.
Missed you too. Good on yourself?
Oh, I'm great. Yeah, well, take it away.
All right, I'm just gonna jump in. You shit. First piece. I could write a happy poem. I could write a poem about blooming flowers, about the sun rising, about coffee in bed in the morning. But in these moments when feelings become demons and my own weight becomes too heavy for my arms to carry, I turn to poetry. I turn to stanzas that remind me to breathe with each turning of a phrase. I turn to poetry to explain everything that stirs inside of me. I turn to written words for everything I am unable to pronounce as my voice becomes a foreigner. So I write the sad poems. I write the poems in which falling apart describes my life, in which you think sadness is all that I know because I went through life much alone. Alone until I met you, the metaphor that linked my pain to beauty. And with each curve of the pen as I write, I become undone as the ink that bleeds on the paper. And in these moments where life seems a bit unbearable, I turn to poetry to guide me through. I entered the mind of Poe to know my insanity was true. So my streak of so-called sad poems isn't due. So I can sit here and read you a happy poem. I could paint you a picture with the impact of words. But as I begin each stanza, I'm just one single poet to remind you that in those alone moments, you truly aren't alone. Second piece. So here's my sad poem. Toothpicks in my hand, I carefully turned every bathroom tile over in search of everything that seeped through each fracture. I tried to find the muse that kept my ear to the coldness of the floor in an effort to keep myself from drowning down the bathtub drain. I somehow seem to forget to breathe when the vulnerability in my structure brings forth the trembles in my hands. Because gripping to reality while everything you grasp has fallen seems downright impossible. Salty tears and Clorox mop floors are labeled volatile on the back of the bottle. And somehow, my label telling me everything I'm made of was written with cheap ink that bleeds beneath the tiles. Return receipt buried somewhere between the car cushions, stuck on the carpet with days-old gum. Imprint of the decaying tiles on my right cheek. I can't even make out the pattern anymore. Tiles upturned, I wonder if I'll ever be able to place them back where they once belonged. Wonder between the scraps of broken wood toothpicks and chipped cement glue if I'll ever be able to put myself together again. Wonder if the bathroom floor will ever stop being cold. Wonder if I'll ever stop feeling as if I'm drowning while the bathtub remains dry. Simply wonder if I'll ever stop falling apart on bathroom tiles. Heart pounding, ear to the ground. This is a moment when you wished you felt nothing at all. All right, done, son.
As is per tradition. Patty, thank you so much for those pieces. It's just getting so easy each time to just close my eyes and let you take us on a journey. So again, on the off chance that someone on YouTube right now is like just hearing you for the first time and like wants to hear more of it, how can they get more of that?
Oh wait, I actually need to extend my conclusion, and I actually have a feature on Thursday at Finn's at 8 o'clock. I'm nervous. So it's a feature on Thursday, whatever. So Patty_poetic_life. Done.
Don't be nervous. You got.
Oh my God, that's awesome. I'm really glad you remembered to do that. Yes, definitely get the link in the chat and support. Thank you, Patty. That's exciting. I'm really excited. I am gonna cancel. Hold on, I gotta check my schedule. Gotta cancel whatever I have to be there for sure. Oh yeah, I gotta greet the Pope. Sorry, I gotta go catch Patty at the feature. Sorry, I don't know why I went that way. Okay, thank you. Okay, yo, check it out. We have a debut up next. He's been waiting very patiently. He's gonna perform some rap, and like I love under location you wrote like right here on George Dieter, East Side Fool, El Paso, but also rapping tonight. Yo, we got Ciclo. What's up, man?
What's up? What it do, man? Can you hear me good?
Yeah. Welcome, man.
All right. What's up? Yeah, hell yeah, man. Gotta rep the flag. You already know, man. I'm just gonna get straight into it. My name's Ciclo. I got it right here so y'all don't forget. Let's go. Let's get into this. Sigo en la casa. Escucha. Me compro una Uzi y la pinté toda de rosa. Siempre la llevo en la cintura, cabrón, y es peligrosa. Yo te la pego en la frente y el carácter te destroza. Jalo el gatillo, cabrón, y te caíste en las losas. Porque, me compro una Uzi. Yo me compro una Uzi. Me compro una Uzi. Yo me compro una Uzi. Me compro una Uzi, yeah, y quiero usarla. 30 balas, cabrón, el fulete carga. Si quieres guerrear, yo te la vacío. Cabrón, como en Matrix a las balas, yo las esquivo. Si quieres guerrear, yo te la vacío. Cabrón, como un guante a las balas, yo las desvío. Me compro una Uzi, me compro una Uzi, me compro una Uzi, la quiero usar. Me compro una Uzi, me compro una Uzi. Si me provocas, cabrón, a ti te la voy a sacar. Yo me compro una Uzi, la pinté toda de rosa, siempre la llevo en la cintura, cabrón, y es peligrosa. Yo te la pego en la frente y el carácter te destroza. Jalo el gatillo, cabrón, y te caíste en la losa. Jaja, verá. Y ahora les voy a enseñar que el palabreo sí lo tengo. You already know I'm about to take it old school a cappella. Mira, yo estoy aquí para conquistar el mundo entero. Ciclo llegó y se esmeró, la cuenta de banco de cero llenó. Sigo es grande y yo te lo aseguro, por más que ellos traten rompemos el muro. No pueden pararme, no existe el obstáculo, te para toda la cara. Dejas de respirar como si fueras un asmático. En la espalda te doy con un látigo como si fuera mi esclavo. Cero paciencia a los vagos, si no trabajas la guía te rajo. Enfocado en la mía, dueño de la luna y la ferretería. Si te metes conmigo, vamos a guerrear cuando menos lo esperes. Mira, le caímos a tu casa con choferes, cagados van a quedar cuando nos vean los enseres. Nos bajamos como un equipo de hockey con los palos, sin pensar, cabrón, el gatillo jalamos y te ponemos a correr. De nosotros no te puedes esconder, a mí me importa que estés en casa de tu abuela. Yo quiero que tu sangre cubra toda mi suela. Yo estoy aquí para conquistar el mundo, ¿viste, papá? Sigo en la casa. Thank you.
Yo, man, you went
So,
in.
Appreciate it, bro. Appreciate it.
Damn. Holy shit, that was incredible.
Thank you, man. Thank you. It means a lot. I'm barely getting started on this shit. Like just trying to get my name out there. Just real life Ciclo on Instagram. It's just all together REAL life CIKLO right here. So you don't forget. You already know, man. Apostle in the house. Fuck yeah.
Appreciate you, man. Thanks for
Hell
coming
yeah,
through.
bro.
All right,
Fuck
man.
yeah, bro.
We'll link up. We'll link up. Thank you. All right, dude. Oh, that was amazing. That was a debut too, man. Keep coming through, man. Keep doing your thing. We got shows for you, man. In El Paso. We'll message about that. I have you on Instagram already. So all right, cool. We got some more peeps. I'm gonna make sure they get their time on. Right now we got. It's been a really long time since he's been on, but I always love his poems so much. He's so supportive as well. We got Fisticuffs. We got Abraham. I'm back on the mic. Abraham, what's up, man?
What's going on there, my friend?
Fisticuffs.
How are you?
Excellent, man. Thank you for waiting around.
Absolutely, I appreciate it, and it's good to be back here. It's been like forever, but yeah, here we go. I have two poems here. One's an older poem, another one's a more newer poem. Both of them are poems about my cultural background and my experience as an Hispanic person, of Hispanic descent. So this first poem's called "In This Temple." In this temple, I live in another time-bound mind frame, carved from the finest wood found in the jungles of rhythm and blues, and near the beaches of Salsa Brava, pound for pound sweat from mi alma, casting movements from Ghana as the sound of beating drums serve as the medium to something real that I feel picking at my sentiments, resting on the spines of guitars and upright basses as I put my ears to the floorboards of a story, pumping from the lips of speakers, pouring relief onto the joints to beautifully age, the sing, dance, and play. Shit, I'll drink to that. But I can't stay still. In fact, the downbeat strikes the soul like 1, 2, 3, and 4, acoustically amplifying, traveling outward, radiating through time in the perfect tempo. Not so fast that you forget the past, but just fast enough to keep the spirits high, to keep those hips swaying. End poem.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah.
That's the first poem there. It's a little older one. My next poem is a newer poem. It's called Dolores. Has a lot to do with this poem about descendancy. Dolores. I don't know her name, but I want to believe that I can hear her singing within the songs my mother nostalgically hums to herself as she remembers her younger self, playing as young girls do under her native sun, dancing to the rhythms of a forgotten descendancy of how she came to be, tracing back to the branches to get to the roots of a tree, generations of colorism meticulously redacted, to feel closer in line with European standards, these symptoms, New World Stockholm syndromes, with generations of smelting and casting, fragmented colonial ideologies mixed with African and indigenous bodies to form a mold, to form change, I've unknowingly inherited. A legacy of whitewashing and omissions, discovering footprints of mothers long lost, so distant, who have left their imprint within the hues of my mahogany skin that hold untold stories of love, tragedy, but most importantly, survival. As history has robbed these women of their name, I want to believe that I can hear them singing within the songs my mother nostalgically hums to herself. As a tear rolled down my cheek, overwhelmed with love and knowledge of self, as I build a shrine in my mind for these forgotten women. Because even the dead deserve dignity, just as every ghost is born with a name. The end.
Hell yeah.
Damn, man. Yeah.
Awesome.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Those are that's my 2 pieces there. I just been in like kind of in the mode lately to you know what it is? I did my 23andMe thing, and it's got me really like kind of really thinking of like myself and like the lineage of myself, and then a lot of the bullshit that happens with being of a mixed background. So that's what I keep.
Yo, no, for real, man. Absolutely. Thank you for sharing those pieces. And yeah, it's such an interesting thing, man. Looking at those results, right? And just I always think of all the generations it took to make you, you know, like, and I'm always interested in their stories, the histories, the clashes, all that stuff. So
Super interesting, dude. Super interesting. But yeah, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that.
awesome, man. Really quick before we move on, do you have anything you'd like to promote, or like just to promote your social media?
Sure. You could find me on Instagram. I'm on Fists. That's FISTS_2TO_cuss. Generally, I do poetry. I'm a motorcyclist. I'm a photographer. So I do a number of different things here. So if you'd like, you're welcome to follow me. I'll post it in the chat here if you'd like to follow me.
Right on. Wonderful. Yeah, dude. I've missed you, man. It's always great having your presence at these mics and what you have to share, what you bring to the table. Yeah, those are awesome pieces. Yeah, and if you're not already, follow them online. I think it's really fun to follow people who are passionate about what they do, and this is really true of Abraham. And it's life affirming, you know. It helps shine light on me and what I'm doing, just seeing people love what they're doing. So that's what I have to say about that. All right, yo, we got a couple more peeps. I want to get them on. Donna is here, and check it out. All night we've been promoting Tumble Wars and the upcoming workshops, so we already got that out of the way. So which means we just have Donna and her magic words. Let's go and welcome Donna Snyder back to the stage. What's up? Welcome back.
Hey, Richie. Woo-woo! For once, I don't have to make announcements. I wrote this stem for yesterday at Miguel Escobar's Tumbleweeds workshop on abstract poetry. It's called he called it the Aesthetics of Difficulty. And I called it Having Completely Missed the Task at Hand. Context, abstract. Context, scholarship. Context, difficulty. Context, history-laden moments. Context, difficulty. Context, the ultimate outcome. Context, sublime. Context, difficulty. Q Abu Ghraib. Funny you should mention that. Last week I spat in the face of agoraphobia, spat in the face of pandemic, spat in the face of, yes, death. Context, chatting about Abu Ghraib over cocktails. Context, compromised lungs. Context, coughing like a junkie. Context, a green mask. Context, a corporate moniker. Context, Humana, insurance. Context, Humanos, the tribe. Indigenous. Context, pre-European conquest. There was abundance. Context, they all vanished by 1750. Context, Holocaust. Context, genocide. Context, massacre. Context, no one people have a sole claim to the attempt to obliterate a genome. Context, land grab. Context, land grab. Context, land grab. If you divide massacre by genocide and multiply by a factor of infinite holocaust, will the answer be bound by borders or geography or blood. An artist paints a man naked but for red bra and red panties, chained to a dungeon in the bowels of Astarte, and then on all fours, leash leading to a makeshift collar. Context, smartphone, context, ubiquitous, context, the digital eyewitness, context, video, context, sent home to a friend. Red bra, red pennies, down on all fours now. Okay, bitch, bark like a dog. Quote, it is we, they do it. It is we, they do it. Dr. Nandini Ramesh Sankar. Garcia Lorca's dicta enshrined as natural law now, simultaneity of the pain of death and the vitality of sex, an eyeball slashed in insult to Dali's ex-lover, Andalusian dog, bark like a bitch dog, gypsy anguish, buried in a ditch by fascists. The horror. Blithe spirits off to change the world, the wonderful world of death, like Ishtar, like Astarte, like Inanna's descent, like Inanna hung from a meat hook on the walls of the underworld, like Inanna arisen on the third day, like millennia before pretty Jesus. Inanna released the bull of heaven, snorting fumes of blood and smoke, treading a thin white line, erasing the spell with each step. Context, brother, context, lover, context, empire's foundation, context, poetry invented by a woman for a goddess, context, a husband's life paid in forfeit for the muse of the first poem in history, context, all hail Inanna, that is Ishtar, that is Astarte, that is, why, look there in the sky next to the moon, Aphrodite. Cue Garcia Lorca, cue Dali's scorn, cue Manuel's sowing of celluloid oats, cue red panties, cue red bra, cue a captive chained to the walls of the underworld, cue the Colombian god maker, cue his Titanic redheads contemplating themselves in a mirror. She screams in a mirror. She sees Cheney's handiwork somewhere there in the future. Cheney transformed into his daughter Cheney, the blood of a war criminal. Cheney transformed into a hero. The sins of the father forgotten, the sins of the daughter forgotten. It is they. It is us. Us is an object pronoun. They is a subject in search of a verb. Garcia Lorca was wrong, I tell you. Sex plus death does not always equal sublime.
Yeah, Donna.
Oh, Donna.
Wow, that was incredible.
That was amazing, Donna.
The sounds you put in your work and it read like a song. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thanks.
I'm glad you joined in today, Donna. So for people who are just finding out, just tell them really quick, find you on Tumblewords online, right? On Facebook?
Yeah. Tumblewords Project on Facebook, Tumblewords Project on Wix, Donna Snyder on Facebook, Donna Snyder on Twitter. And sorry I'm late. I was reading in a San Francisco reading. So that's the reason why I trailed in so late.
One of the beautiful things about doing these online is we don't have to drive to the next spot. We can just get on the next Zoom call. So thank you, Donna. Appreciate it. And let's see. Okay, looking at Kimlin made it. Yes. So last week we met Lawin, like, because I'm talking about like the poetry global network.
Yes.
And Cameron, you also are part of the show, the Poetry Act. So I'm happy to have you here.
In fact, that's why I'm late. So my apologies as well. I am a part of the Poets Reacts, and we were doing our recording tonight. So catch us on Fridays at 5 p.m. Arizona time, 8 p.m. Eastern time, but it's on YouTube. So, check it out. We have a lot of fun and I hope you enjoy it. I was really inspired by this. My work, my first piece is connected to yours as I make peace with my heritage and myself. I am originally from Singapore, and I live and work as a visual artist and spoken word artist in Phoenix, Arizona. And an exchange renewing visa at the American Consulate, 1989. Thank you, officer, for your help. Are your parents okay? Sorry, let me take that again. Thank you, officer, for your help. Are your parents okay with your accent? I try my best not to slip up. Culture exchanged. I was the new girl walking in your den. You shred my clothes with claws bearing fangs. My dress was my best. You inspect, reject, disrespect. I open my mouth, braving quiet words. My introduction, baptism into your system failure. Ew, your accent, it's gross. I yield, did not shield my soft underbelly. You devour me outside, inside, a fool. I let you in, my head consumed, assumed your appraisal. I was gross, I was flawed, I was worthless. I needed to exchange my culture. I came back remodeled, speaking, Valley Girl, dressed in trend, blended right in, teased my hair, fixed with Aquanet, plastered a smile. No one recalled meeting that new girl. That was me, that was me, that was me. 3 times a charm, what harm is it to want to fit in? I lie, try to get by, fake it till my make-believe is true. I have passed, I am in your tribe. I was fucked up to believe you were right. It was not my culture that needed to change. So, Nick Paleologos challenged me to write my I Am poem to reclaim my power. I am 50 years old. My 16-year-old self would never dreamed this day was possible. She wouldn't have believed she could live a day past 16. She was an artist then. I am an artist now. I am the paint that colors my body, my canvas, my curves with the palette called love. I am the fibers of my being that I weave into blankets for those days. I need to wrap myself when ugly torrential tears pour. I am watercolor that bleeds out over paper soaked with those tears. I paint beauty out of pain. I'm the chisel that chips off the brokenness crippling me, so I have the hope of orgasmic happiness and self-satisfaction. I am clay I fashion into my own likeness. I mirror the image of God. I am a goddess. I am creator because I take every piece of shit thrown at me and turn it into art. I am glitter glued on cardstock that says, I love you. I love you, I love you. I send it to myself. I leave my offending sparkle on old masters hanging on museum walls. I am, I can, because I am a fucking artist.
Oh, that's a statement. Great response to that prompt.
Thank you. And tonight it was the first time I actually read it in my English, which is the Singapore accent, because it's a trigger for me. When I'm in America, I just speak with my my American accent. And when I read it in Words is Right the last time, and I said, it's not right. You all need to have the chance to hear my accent because it's beautiful just as it is. And I need to say that to reclaim myself. So thank you for being the space where I could reveal that very vulnerable part of me. I mean, that's why I got choked up, because it is not something that comes easily for
That statement alone deserves like its own space on the show, but I think it is so important to state, right? So thank you for sharing that.
And shout out to Nick. Thank you so much for being a part of my healing. I appreciate it so much.
Yo, that's what's up. Yeah, shout out to the healers once again. That came up again. And really quick, since this is your first time here, how can we connect with you online and all that great stuff as well?
Can I put my link tree there?
For sure, yeah, and I'll transfer it over to YouTube.
Yeah, that is the most. I don't like to talk about myself too much. Yes.
Yeah, I hear you. It is hard.
You should get over that.
Yeah, I know it's really hard. It's part of the trauma that I'm working through, that I'm valid to take up space and air, and I need to work up that courage. And this has been a huge time of growth for me. And so thank you, Donna, for affirming me and validating me. So this is what I say to my students. I'm a special ed teacher, and every day my students chant with me, I am capable, I am valuable, I am lovable, I am able to do amazing things to shape my life. But even when I said it, I did not believe it, because I need to say, dear Kim Lin, you are lovable, you are capable, you are valuable, you are able to shape your life any way you fucking want. Love yourself.
Yeah. Simply amazing. Simply amazing. Thank you for that, and those affirmations, reaffirmations, and that there's a lot of that going on. So I appreciate your presence, and I reiterate Donna's comment there in the chat. Very lucky students. Yeah, thank you so much for making it tonight.
And
Shout
thank
out.
you for giving the space and to do this. And Finn invited me, and so I said any space that she invites me, I knew I could be safe, and I'm among a lot of friends here. So thank you, Richie. I appreciate you so very much. And to all my friends and my new friends out there, thank you for listening and considering my work.
Absolutely. Yes. Thank you so much. All the love. If you haven't already in the chat, share that love, as well. Thank you, Kemlin. Oh man, that deserves a pause. Hold on. We gotta soak all that in. Soak it all in. Breathe it all in, soak it in, breathe it in. And I do love that it is on the video replay, so we can just repeat that affirmation, that mantra, that chant. Because sometimes we need the reminder if we don't hear it enough. So, all right, we have a couple more people left in the night. I don't want to make sure they get on, and I do want to give a shout out. We did have about like 4 or 5 people that couldn't make it tonight. It's fine. Life happens. We're here. We'll be back next week, and we'll be here the week after that as many times as we need to, as long as this space is needed. I know there are a lot of other spaces, but really it's just it's a global community that has happened out of this silver lining, out of this darkness. And that's what we're doing. We're creating like in your poem, right? There's a transformation. If it's shit into art and whatever, there's a transformative aspect to it. So we'll keep it. We'll keep doing this. We did get a request for an encore, and I'm all about it. And we have a new name tonight, so I've just gotta if she's still down, all right, caramel Jamaican rum. if you want to share a little something, now's your chance.
I do. I just want to read 2 more pieces. because I feel like you let me take up space, and I love that.
Cool.
Yeah. So I'm gonna read two pieces. I read one already at the New Year, but I'm gonna read two really quickly. They're about the same person, so they might kind of sound like they're in conversation with each other. The first one is called "Your Favorite Poet Wanna Owe Me COVID." This was written June 17th, 2021. So about a month ago. When I was in middle school, I was the girl with the quiet mouth who everybody talked about, for better or worse, for luck or curse, for the purse that didn't match, for the friends I didn't have, for the mans I snatched. Yes, I know I've said this a million times. I know I've said my voodoo punani is divine, but I'm not lying. And I've been abstinent for a bit, well, maybe less, maybe more of a mess than I once was willing to admit, but everyone likes it. Everyone except the one who is an inch too conservative, who says my worth is placed only in how good I decide to be, because I see right through your bullshit and now you hate me for it. Hate me like the shit you won't dare say to my face, but instead on a plate of paper. Hate me like them long pauses you love to take, like you probably think I'm a disgrace in the best possible way, with the best possible faith, because this here is a different place. This a way higher rate, a way raunchier day that you could never escape. Make Miss Prada pull out her nastiest line just to tell me the time, yapping that you pussy but your pieces say otherwise. A wild card morphed into a draw for. Did you lock the door? Second piece is called Wild Woman versus Wild Card. If I ruled this world with one twirl, you'd probably become the king of it. You'd probably be given permission to slip away from here into waters pure diamond, crystal clear, into an ass fat, a blunt, fatter, furthest away from natural disasters or ones caused by our bare hands. This dance, this tormenta trance gives you a delicious, delightful chokehold, but still asks that you don't let go, even if we both got other places to show love to. If I ruled this world, I'd still save myself before you, but a thank you always comes after every diss, before every kiss that wasn't even meant for me. Bent over backwards out of life we might be, but I'm nowhere near done drowning in the divinity of your Nile River. I will ask you to forgive me, even if you say I don't deserve it, but I will not forfeit a throne that was sculpted just for me. If I were a wild card, I would sharpen my tongue, but somewhere someone tried to kill me with lectures of how this isn't an option. Though I know it is, though I know these just some little ass kids trapped in adult bodies. If Wonder Woman met Medusa, they'd probably love the same music, and your interlude might make them in the mood to stay longer. On the days I am tired of being stronger, I speak slower, I speak lower, and I am still asked to put on a performance. If I ruled the world, Black women would do nothing but rest. Anything less is never obligatory. We have stories to tell, which we spell straight from muscle memory. Little need for a time machine when the face of my ancestry rise from my palms of trees. If I ruled this world, my raspberries would be the only healing circles you'd ever need. My pen welcoming anything that will put it to work. Like there's a check with my name on it. Like my signature could free all the kids. Like I really must be dreaming all this shit. Like these mortalities must be a myth. Like I know that's what they want me to think, but like just tell me this is a sick, masochistic joke. How many strokes does it take to turn a poet to a goddess, to get her out of the closet of her confined mind, as noble as they come? You know we are never out of time, even if on the island of Cuba things aren't so simple. From complexities there are no metaphors for, to trips to the store for things we can't afford, but buy anyway, but try anyway, because we're gonna die anyway, even if we're always here. Can I please get 2 beers to celebrate with this little light of mine that lets me shine, that found me hanging by my last lifeline and found the time to tell me I could rule this world? I owe you 10 tantalizing swirls. I owe you the fluffiest of curls. I owe you raspberry cheesecake helado organically churned. I deserve to stay alive, to kill the pride on my sleeve, to solve mysteries, to wave fees of white flags pointed directly at me, to paint this hell in drag, to give trans folks their flowers while their lungs still pump. When you are nervous, just picture me rubbing your lower back, rubbing the anxiety attack that didn't even bother to say hello. My favorite fellow, this poem must pause for now, but my thoughts of you do not. When I need grace to rule this world, I will chant this story a lot. Thank you.
Damn. Oh.
Yeah.
God damn. Tricky.
Yo.
Wonderful.
Hashtag bars. All right. That was great. Wow, Amanda. I'm glad you wanted to share those. There's like the rhythm was so great. And a lot of poetry does this where it's like in music, even if there's different genres and styles, like I still find myself nodding to the internal beat. Like I'm nodding in agreement. That's all I was doing with that poem. Like, yeah, 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 yeah. I was feeling it. So thank you for that. La Tormenta, Amanda, poet of many names. In the end, the truth is the poetry, and that was you. Thank you. Cool. All right. Yeah, and on the replay, you can go catch your earlier set if you missed it earlier in the night. And with that said, thanks for joining us tonight on Monday. I am not closing the nights. Don't get mad, Dan, because we have one of our so Kit has been here since the very beginning, very first time, the whole time. Our next performer has also been here, so they're neck and neck, looking for the 100% attendance award. Dan is here with us, and he is the man, and he's got something for us. Dan, how you doing, man?
Yeah, good.
Excellent. Oh, you got a rhyming dictionary? Are you gonna flow from it?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a scholastic rhyming dictionary. Oh, damn. The world's not ready. All right, man. Take it away. The stage is yours.
I'm gonna make it quick. I'm gonna do a freestyle. It's gonna called I think a week before Brie Bagwell comes, or I should say last July 10th. Okay. Well, July 10th. I thought it was going to be but I mean, I don't know how the hell I pulled triple duty, because after I had three things. One, I was not able to make it to Las Cruces, except last Sunday, something I needed. And the three things I did. One, I went to a dear friend of mine who I knew from the 306. Her name is Conchita No. She was originally one of the hostess back 3 years ago, back at 306, and then it turns out she and her fiance Malik Bird, they're expecting a baby boy. Man, what a beautiful bundle of joy. I like it. All right, and yeah. Afterwards, I went home, pick up my brother from work, and took him home. Then I went to Ricky D's. I know an old friend named, I'm sorry, not an old friend, a friend of mine named Jake Worthington. He's the singer-songwriter who I remember seeing him at State Line. It was 3 years ago when the power went out, and you might want to call it, that's the night the lights went out in El Paso. Well, and in the State Line. Yeah. But I saw Jake again. I remember seeing him perform once again. And I bumped into Madison Livingston, also a singer-songwriter. You gotta hear her new song, "Digging on This." It's a very nice song. And Jake Worthington, yep, it's still in the highway. Yep. Well, it was so nice. And then I thought it was gonna end around 11, but it didn't. But it ended around 10:30. And then it was nice. And then that got me some time driving from Ricky D's to the Casa Ortiz, where I finally got a chance to see Edison's Ear closing it out. And I did see Juan Granado's performance. And I was coming from Ricky D's, seeing them, finally got a chance to see Edison's Ear. And there were you again, Rich. So, but like I say, this is very nice. Yeah, I called it SATURDAY night on January 10th. Well, before but yeah, as I mentioned, Las Cruces I tried to go to, but I was not able to attend. But I did make it up on last Sunday. Well, before that, I was in Las Cruces last Friday too. Yeah, so I think everything was good. So All right. So I just want to say, this is nice, and yeah, and dang, I think I'm running out of ideas. Okay, well, I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I can't wait for Bree Bagwell this coming Saturday. And according to Bree, you damn right, I'm crazy. That's the song, Crazy. Yeah, you gotta listen to that. Oh, thank you. Okay. All right, guys, that is it.
Damn, I hear those taps on the phone, trying to get your business card up. There it is.
All right, here it is. Read it and weep it. Okay, find me on Twitter, Instagram, and find a page on Facebook and the hashtag The Anime Dance Weekly. Okay, here it is. For those of you who are new, please screenshot this fast, or if you know what, find this uncut version right here on YouTube and screenshot this. All right, I don't know what to do. Okay. Okay. Just to let you know, it's gonna take some time to organize the book I'm gonna be doing. So, all right, guys. Just to let you know. Let me know when next mic I want to attend, so I can make a performance. All right, guys. Be careful out there. Stay safe. I'll be back here next Monday, right here. All right, thanks a lot, everybody. Back to you, Richie.
All right, Dan, appreciate that. Yo, that concludes another edition of the Monday night open mic, a night filled with a spectacular vernacular artistry, poetry, all that amazing goodness. For the live stream, I want to thank everyone who tuned in. It was really active tonight, and I always appreciate that. And if you're watching this at some point in the future, our future, it's your presence. Either way, leave a comment, like it, share with people who would love this. And we're going to be back next Monday and every Monday we can after that. My name is Rich. Shout out to all the performers, all the love for everyone who performed tonight. You guys killed it. You're amazing. You're beautiful people. With that said, I'm going to go ahead and end the live stream, and we're going to hang out for a little bit. And I'm going to hold this because whenever I end this early, it ends super early. And I got to end it with the music now. That's like DJ. This is DJ Robot. I'm wearing his shirt right now. Made up DJ. All right.